Hi, everybody. Happy New Year. 2023 is here. We are in, the second already, 2nd of January. So, welcome aboard, everybody. Jiminy Flip It chat show. Just made it by the skin of my teeth. I apologize. I didn't get this thumbnail up until 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. We were, my wife and I were out. It was a busy day. So, I got home. We put away a bunch of stuff. I ran downstairs and I hopefully a bunch of people saw the message that I put up in the, I forgot what you call it, the community tab, I think it's called on YouTube. But anyway, thanks so much for everybody came in. I got 15 people watching already. So welcome aboard. Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Puddings, how you doing? First live show of the year. Oh, I'm honored. Thank you very much. Happy to be the first. Hey, Tracy, how you doing? Happy New Year to you and your family. Welcome. Hey, Jackie Jack, how you doing? Happy New Year. Welcome. Hey, Kelly, how you doing? Yeah, well, my usual days are Monday and Friday, but as I just opened up with, I forgot. It's not I forgot. I didn't have a chance. I wasn't home basically since noon or so, and we thought we'd be home earlier. So I threw a quick message up, which I know CJ saw. Hi, CJ, and welcome, Kelly. Glad you're here. Welcome, Jeff. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year, CJ. Yeah, I just threw a quick note up on that community tab and said I'll be on, everybody. So I'm glad to see that some folks got that message. Hopefully, welcome. New year, good stuff so far. The first couple of days have been nice sales wise for me. Very, very happy. Print ads continue to sell at a nice clip with the sale I've been running. Virtually all of like 2, maybe 3 weeks, 2.5, 3 weeks, something like that. I renewed it. It's doing really well, and I'm gonna just keep letting it ride. I'm gonna probably renew it. I think it ends tonight at midnight, what is it called, Pacific time. So 3 a.m. my time. Maybe I'll jump in and renew it. I think that last 24 hours, don't you get the little countdown window, like kind of like an act now urgency nonsense thing? Hey, Sandy, how you doing? Yeah, she's doing much better. Thank you very much for asking. I appreciate it. She's doing great. We were, like I said, we were out all day. We had post Christmas activities. We had Christmas, as I talked about on Friday, on Saturday with my kids, and then yesterday we had another Christmas with. We were supposed to be tonight, but wound up being yesterday. The best laid plans, right? So we had back-to-back Christmases. Basically, we had a Christmas on Saturday with the kids, followed by a real New Year's Eve on New Year's Eve. New Year's Day, we spent at my in-laws for Christmas again because we missed it from when she was sick. And then today we just had a bunch of. So we had to go to Costco. We had to get a bunch of supplies. We had to get a whole bunch of stuff. So we just walked in the door. It's 6:05. I think I got in at about 5:30. So I'm glad I was able to make it on time. I want to make sure I was here. You almost forgot to. Did you guys see the message I left, or you just out of habit you hear on Monday night? Hey, Lori, how you doing? Happy New Year. Welcome aboard. Great to have you. Popeye. Oh, thank you so much, man. Not needed at all, but greatly, greatly appreciate it. Thank you. 2023 to start off the new year. Thank you so much, John. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you very much for all you do and all you've helped with all of us that enjoy postcards. You're a mentor and a buddy, and I really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. You got the alert when I went live. Okay, cool. Yeah, you know why? Because I set up on StreamYard. I think it's 30 minutes. You have to have it 30 minutes prior. Like, let's say if I had it in before 5:30, you probably would have all got that half an hour. So totally on me. I wasn't able to get home and get it to get it up on StreamYard. But thanks again. Thanks a million, John. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. And I wish you nothing but great continued success, health, happiness in 2023. I wish everybody the same. You got a pop-up, Laura? Cool. Okay. You just checked around 4:50 and got the notice. Okay. I guess, are you Central Time, Puddings? Awesome, everybody. I really appreciate it. You're finally feeling better. Great, Tracy. Get out, really? And now, what I got to ask you? What have you had? Because you've all heard me whine for the last month and a half. I was sick for about 2 weeks, right after John and I hung out in, what was that? The 16th, I think, of November. So about a week before Thanksgiving, I was sick through early December, sick, and then I kept coughing the entire month of December. Basically, it tailed off a little this last week and a half, so I'm able to speak and put some sentences together without choking to death. So I'm sorry to hear. What have you had, Tracy? In Texas. Okay, cool. So you just got the alert like 10 minutes before showtime. Awesome. I'm very glad you're here. Hey, Vintage Kaja, how you doing? Welcome. Welcome. You had the flu. Awful. The fever, the whole thing, like the whole 9 yards. Sorry, I think I missed somebody. In November and then long COVID. You had the flu in November. Gotcha. Long COVID. Tracy, I went to we have because my wife has had asthma since she's a little girl, so she has a pulmonologist she goes to all the time to fill, the puffers, what do we call them, the albuterols and all that kind of stuff. Ooh, sorry. Well, anyway, I went twice during this period. Mine was been, like I said, a month and a half or so. I went twice. I had chest X-rays, worked up the whole thing. And they kind of came down to that same conclusion. I had COVID a year ago, last January. And apparently this is a phenomenon that's just kind of surfacing now because it's still even though it feels like it's been around forever, it really hasn't. It's still a pretty new thing. And the long-term effects, I guess, are yet to be known. But the same thing, the pulmonologist alluded to that same thing, that you could just basically, whenever you get a cold now or a flu or whatever, I've always had, long story short, I had pneumonia like 7 times in my life. So I've always been prone to chest stuff since I'm little. 6 years old, I was in the hospital for a month with pneumonia. So unfortunately, I'm also familiar with the chest nonsense. So I guess I'm really susceptible now to these bugs, like even if it's just a cold or even a bronchitis or whatever. Like Tracy's saying, this long COVID, this long-term effect, I think this cough thing just kind of kicks in after whatever I had ends, and I'm left with this lingering effect. It might just be something that is from now on. I hope it's not. But Kelly, yeah, I saw you texted me before. You finally listed 25 print ads. Okay, cool. Hope you have a lot of success. The print ads are doing very well. I'm psyched that you're up and running and you got some listed. That's good luck to you. Hey, Michael, how you doing? You watching your TV? You were just sitting down with some dinner and saw I was live. Thanks. Happy New Year. I'm glad you popped in. Again, sorry for the short notice. Usually I have a pretty lengthy advance notice. Did you well, choose your poison, Lori, but thank you very much. I appreciate it. What an awful positioning on my face. This stupid green screen. That's a little better. There we go. I appreciate it, Lori. Thank you. Nope. Got things flying by. Same here. Respiratory bronchitis stuff all my. Yep. I'm so sorry. And I think we're probably very similar with that nonsense. Yeah. That was the conclusion they came to, because I didn't have COVID. I got tested during that month and a half or whatever about 3 times. I had 3 COVID tests, all negative. By the time I went to the doctor initially, they said if I had the flu, it wouldn't show up on a flu test or whatever they give you. It probably had already passed. The interesting for me during this whole thing, which started in the middle of November, was I never had a fever, which is not typical for me. I usually get fevers, like pretty bad fevers with all this stuff. So it's kind of weird. I think it's just like Tracy said, this long COVID, whatever the word is, this kind of residual, delayed, nasty cough that just kind of lingers. I do think I'm past it at this point. Hey, Laura, you sold a Rolex printhead. What did you get for the Rolex printhead? That's usually a good item. Hope you priced it up. Congratulations. Hey, Mark, what's up? They carded at the door for the live. No problem. Yeah. Did you have to fake your ID? Remember those days? You used to have to fake your ID to get into places. We won't mention what those places were, but in New York, it was pretty simple when I was a kid because of the coloring on the license. We used to just like literally change the last number in the year with a pencil and it would get you by. And then I think they've developed more sophisticated licensing systems since just a piece of paper like it used to be. Don't even tell me, Tracy. I thought you'd be okay, we'll let it slide. You had the 2-month illness. All right. It's this close to being finished, right? From last time we spoke? Yes, and that I was, but I had already, I appreciate that puddings, but I had already been, we're talking since the early 70s. Like I was in pneumonia. I was in the hospital for a month in 1974, as a matter of fact. I got out on my birthday in January, but I was sick. I remember then I was, school starts in September, at least in New York it did. I was sick in September. I was sick I'll never forget, I missed like Halloween. And when you're 6 years old, that's a big deal. I missed Halloween. On Thanksgiving, I was sick as hell. I remember like throwing up and stuff at my aunt's house. Christmas, I was sick. And then I wound up going into the hospital in early January. And I was in for the whole month and got out so it was like 4 weeks. I got out on my birthday. And ever since then, basically, I've always been susceptible to this stuff. You're very close. Cool. Oh, a postcard question. Hold on, Jackie Jack. I have no experience listing Israeli postcards. I defer once again, as always, to Puddings, to John, to Mark, to Kelly. I don't know if you guys want to speak to that Israeli postcards, if they have any appeal. I'm not sure. Tracy's very close. Congratulations. You probably would have been long done, right, if it wasn't for the flu. Have them check for RSV. Yeah, that's that new thing, relatively new thing, right? I had never heard of it prior to this illness. Welcome, Marie. Oh my God, yeah. I'm better now. I mean, maybe I hope Tracy's on the mend too, but I've been really, really sick for a while. Yep. Mark has sold some to Israel, but not a lot. Okay. Hey Matt, what's going on, man? Welcome to the show. Glad to have you. Really? Hello? Really? Hey Matt. Oh, no problem. Good luck. What are you doing on Whatnot tonight? And if you want, if anybody doesn't have Matt on, follow him on Whatnot. I suggest you go ahead and do so and check out his show if you're interested. What do you got going on tonight, man? You just dropped the band hammer for the first time this year. 750 counted at 15 came up for. Yep, I'm sorry, it's got to be done. I'm agreeing with you. Thank you very much, Maddie. Not much for the ad. Around $10. 1980, a little more recent. All right, but it's still sold, and you paid a lot less than $10, right? If you think about it. What are the magazines? You could get into detail if you'd like, but did you get a lot? You got a small lot, okay. Per piece, I mean, try to quantify it. Like, try to calculate out what one sheet was worth. Well, what your cost was on the one sheet. I'm sure you made a lot of money. Is my birthday tomorrow? No, my sister's birthday is tomorrow. I have a sister who's a couple years younger than me. Her birthday is tomorrow. My birthday is the 28th. So we have, 26 days for those who care. Thanks for asking, though, CJ. I appreciate it. Oh, man, really, with the flu shot? I've never gotten a flu shot. I don't know. I've just never, as much as I tell you how I've always had these colds and these, pneumonias and bronchitises through the years. I don't even know if I've ever had the flu. I think I had the flu a couple times. I've never gotten a flu shot. In the last, short of this most recent experience and the COVID last year in January, I'm not sick like I used to. When I was younger, I would get it all the time, now it's like once a decade or something. Like the last time I had pneumonia was, I think I was like 41 or 42. And my poor little girl, my daughter, had it at the same time as me when I lived in Florida. But since then, I haven't had pneumonia. So that's been like 14 years, 15 years since I've had that. And up until COVID, I was doing really well with this respiratory stuff. You know nothing about Israeli's postcards? Yeah, I don't know either. Sure, you would think something that's ancient. So sad I had your granddaughter. Yeah. License. Not sure what that means either. Can't find a whole lot of sales. Oh, really? Okay. Maybe it's not the most popular item in the world. Here you go. Here's John for some clarification. Don't know if I've ever listed a car from Israel. Oh, really? So, well, there you go. Yeah, the shipping issue. I didn't know there was shipping. I'm not surprised to hear that, unfortunately, but I've never sold anything to Israel, postcard or otherwise. It's not a country I've ever dealt with. I don't think I have them blocked for any reason, but perhaps I should. You've been doing postcards on the Whatnot? Cool. Well, good luck, man. Hope you have a good show. However, eBay just let a buyer from Israel buy 2 postcards. Get really? Even though you have them blocked? What's up with that? Postcard showing the life and travels of Jesus. Sure. You would think that would be popular. Postcards. I will try the read thing on your postcard show after mine. Hey, Jay Smith, what's up? Those might sell to American buyers, potentially. Sounds good. Thanks. I wanted to try it last time. Okay, Kylie sold a couple of Jerusalem. That's good to know. You see postcards on Worth Point that are older and sold in hundreds of dollars. Really? Old Palestinian. Cool. The eBay, what is it called? Standard. No, that's the envelope. eBay International Shipping. Yeah, replacing the other one, right? But even though it's basically the same thing. I still have all the business policies in place. When does that go? Did that go into effect? Does anybody know? Or does it go into effect shortly? I should know this, but I don't. I heard about it. I heard that they were going to transition from the global shipping program to this new eBay thing. I think it's essentially the same thing from our perspective. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's a great question, actually. You have Israel blocked as well. Okay, so bad experiences with packages disappearing. Packages don't walk on water, I guess, huh? You've been using it for a few weeks. Okay, cool. Any commentary you care to make upon it? Good experiences so far that you've been using it a couple of weeks? You have Israel listed as country I don't ship to. Oh man, did you bring that up to eBay, John? I know it's like talking to a wall, unfortunately, depending on who you get on the phone, but it might be something to bring up. Hey, Dreamy Buys, what's up? They have you opted out. Okay. It automatically enabled eBay international shipping, but I rarely use it if I ship anything international other than postcards. Okay. Hi, Troy. Troy, should I even try this? Postal Thwaite? Hopefully I didn't butcher that too badly. Welcome, Troy. Seems slower than GSP, hard to tell whether issues and being quarter. Okay, cool. I guess time will tell, right? Relatively new. It's being rolled out. It's being transitioned as we speak. Global shipping in general. In the years since it's been out, I don't think I've had more than a handful of issues, and they've always been resolved. I stand corrected. Very recently, about a week ago, had an item sent to Sweden. What the heck was it? I think it was a print ad. And I wound up they opened a case for not being received, item not received case or whatever. I saw it pop up. I'm like, I go into tracking and it said, at the end of the tracking, you look at the history. The most recent thing, I don't remember the date, but let's say it was like a day or two before that case was opened. The individual, said it was item not received. And it said, the thing on the tracking history basically said that it was delivered to wherever in Sweden, ready for pickup. So whether like they have PO boxes or something equivalent in Sweden. So basically it was sitting there waiting for this individual to pick up. So I did reach out to eBay because of the case, and I had somebody really cool on the line. They're like, oh, don't worry. And it was sent through GSP. They're like, no problem. We'll work with them. And he was very honest. He goes, with all the different countries and their policies around shipping, it's hard to really gather, all the information correctly. And sometimes we have trouble with it too. So he's like, don't worry about it. It's global shipping. Probably next day, case canceled, closed, you're at no fault. So I was good. And then I received a message, I don't know, this is about a week ago. I received a message 2 or 3 days ago that it says it was received by the buyer. So basically, I think they were refunded and now they got the item, but I didn't lose any money, all as well. So I'm a proponent of it. I mean, it's good to know that they side with you and it's so cut and dry. I delivered it. You get that message that your item has cleared GSP. In my case, it's in Kentucky. I think a good portion of the country goes to Kentucky. I don't know if it's the whole country, but everything was fine. Be right back. Meatball. Oh, beautiful. Manj. Enjoy, Jeff. I'm one of many. Okay. You did not just roll the dice and ship them. Okay. Yeah. I saw the postcard of Brooklyn Cantal. Oh, really? Williamsburg, right, Michael? I know you know all about that. You sell more vintage toys and action figures internationally and domestically. Wow, really? That's interesting. Like you wait at the post office with some sound thrown in, but this silent. Okay. 2020, you have all your ESC insurance claim. I saw you did a Mark. I saw Mark did a video. Was it yesterday, Mark, or the day before? December. You do an itemized presentation, sort of, that says your history with standard envelope each month. I guess you do it every month because I saw it was a December one. I thought maybe it would be like a year-end thing. It's really interesting. If you haven't seen it, check out Mark's channel, though. He kind of breaks down, if there was any lost, any that weren't scanned, and like what the percentage was. And I must say again, I have a very small amount of experience to draw upon, but since September, which is now what, September, October, November, so 4 full months, I guess, so far, and I haven't sold or shipped nearly as many postcards as many of you guys have. I haven't had any issues. I haven't had one person say they didn't get it. I haven't had anything that wasn't scanned or marked as delivered or anything. So far, so good with me with the standard envelope. 2022, Michael Mark. I watched the video again the other night. What side is this? Hold on, everybody. I always have to get my bearings. It's this side. See that little blurry thing down by the word? Driving me nuts. See that under where it says Mark? Sometimes when the light isn't shining, you get that weird blurry effect. Good evening, Terry. Welcome to the show. Happy New Year. Thanks for coming in. Days in Williamsburg. Yep. Had to buy open a case. I did not receive. There was a guy contacted USPS and the tracking number was bogus. Ooh. Somehow 2 days after it was reported as delivered, the postcard and its envelope was found by my roommate on the wet ground. Oh, of course. Yeah. You got to figure it's a number, like most things, right? The numbers game thing, law of averages. I'm sure eventually I'll have some kind of problem with this system because I'm sure it's not. In fact, I'm positive it's not without flaw. And that's why I thought Mark's video was interesting. He breaks down and it kind of becomes, a percentage. 95% of it goes through without any problem. So it's well worth it for the money that we save on shipping. Kelly brought this up. It was a really good point a couple of shows ago. For a lot of us, we're selling $5, $6, $7 postcards. Nobody's going to buy. Nobody's going to pay. You wouldn't think $4 to ship a $4 postcard or a $3 postcard. So I think it's a great. It gives us all that. Everybody that dabbles in the postcard thing gives us the ability to sell those cheaper cards to people at a reasonable. You still make your money. Shipping is reasonable, 50 cents. Everybody wins. I do free shipping. I don't know if everybody else does. I'm pretty sure most of us do. With those cheaper cards, so the sub $10 cards, let's say. So it's a great system. I like it, but I'm sure there's going to be a case because of the not being a real tracking number and all that stuff. You think about 1 out of 700 disappears. There you go. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So the percentages are pretty good in their favor. And again, the money that we save on it seems to make it all worth it. I've had someone flip out in December over, you see, this is never received, but was marked as delivered. And right as I was about to refund, they told me they found it. Really? Eureka, huh? 3,705 lost. Yeah, I mean, numbers are in our favor. It was the regular mail, duh. There you go. You blocked it, as you should. So you've already employed the block this year too. Was that this new year yet, John, or was it later last week? I haven't blocked anybody yet in 2 days, so I'm doing good. Made me think, is it worth making sure that folks have checked it in case their spouse is keeping everything else together? I guess that's a good point. Yeah, if they're expecting typically eBay items to be received in the form of packages, that maybe. And you know how if you get mail like we do, 90% of it we just rip up and throw out because it's junk. So maybe if you're not careful, it could easily be lost. But it's not your fault, is it? That's the buyer's fault. Used to ship with a label on a stamp. And you still probably made out more times than not, right, Mark? Cool. So you're a proponent. Yeah, so far I'm good. I would say that I'm with you on that. And to me, the biggest enhancement they've done in recent years is the ability to send offers to watches. I think that's been absolutely monumental, game changing. All those cool cliches. Use your own. Feel free to use your own. Life changing. But it really has. That to me, that's the ultimate enhancement they've made. He closed it on 12:30, but I just got home and added him. Do you have a growing list? Yeah, my list is growing too, but it's been a little bit since I've added somebody to it. It's not something I want to do, but clearly there are situations where there's no other options. Like the TV on video. Thanks for the tip on those. Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, that was a good video, Mark. Yep, you did a video on the thing that John told everybody. Yeah, TV on and the postcards. Refund release, very, very cool. Yeah, for John and Mark and Kelly, I don't know if you guys, I think I've had, in the cards I've listed so far, I've only had like 2 that had the TV on thing so far. Only 2. But I definitely make sure to mention that and put it in the title. Pudding save 2,500. Car and check engine on last. Yeah, mechanic told me I needed a new catalytic converter, O2 sensor. Get out. It was just the gas tank cap. I tried that. I have a 07 Jeep Commander. Don't ever get a Jeep Commander if anybody. They were only out for like 2 or 3 years. They pulled them because they had a lot of issues. But I've had it. We've had it for whatever years since 07. Beautiful vehicles. It was top of the line at the time. But we had the same problem with the O2 sensor issues, and they told us we needed a catalytic converter, but then it still passed. But now it's just like a matter of things just sporadically go out of whack. The thing about cars, I was gonna say recently, but it's been a long time at this point, is with all the computerized components in cars and all the readings and stuff, your check engine light can come on, with a stiff breeze, and it can set off a chain of events that you don't want to have happen. Just because one light goes off, it screws up other things, drives me nuts. Well, this stupid Jeep is very prone to that kind of stuff. You fix one thing, then 2 days later the light comes on at some other string. It's always like a wacky computerized piece, or it's not like a good old fashioned, you need to change your oil, or you need this, or something normal that would or you need a battery. No, it's like like Pudding says, the O2 sensor on the G27 chip is malfunctioning, and oy vey, as they say in Williamsburg. Not having to stand in line to buy hundreds of stamps and then peel and stick them to envelopes. Yeah, absolutely. A lot to be said for convenience, right? Before is it $100 of stamps a month? Yeah, pay as you sell. Exactly. That's wonderful. Congratulations, Tracy. Again, we have a guaranteed. Everybody leave that thumbs up, please. If you haven't left a thumbs up, please, I'd really appreciate it if you would. But you're guaranteed during the course of a show. If you leave a thumbs up in my show, you're going to get a sale during the show. That's the guarantee. But you have to act now. Supplies are limited. You have to be amongst the first 10 callers. Thankfully, yes, I stopped paying mushroom roulette with the stamps. Yeah, I was buying from eBay. Oh, man. Just to save $1. Weird, your message wasn't coming through. Just a smiley face. Yeah, I think it was back-to-back smiley faces. Nothing wrong with a smiley face. Put on a happy face, Michael. So yeah, I agree. I'm a big fan of the whole ESC thing. Because I've only been doing the postcards a couple of months, for me, it's what's out there. Thank goodness I didn't have to do anything else prior to. I didn't have to dabble in stamps and all that nonsense. Wow, look at this. And to you, my friend. Guten Abend, Mike. Happy New Year to you. My granddaughter has lost her job. Lost her job as sticking stamps, son? Oh, hey. Welcome to the workforce, young lady. That's what happens, right? Times change. You got to adapt. Technology comes in and wipes out jobs left and right. Don't I know it? 18 out of 5,700 orders are claimed. Yeah, that's what everybody seems to be saying. They suddenly show up. Amazing. Funny how that works, huh? So all things considered, it's a pretty good system. It's definitely economical. And it just does, I believe it allows us all to sell, those lower price postcards and still make money and not rip people off with shipping. I wouldn't buy something that's worth $4 and pay $4 in shipping. You said you would buy John's ban list, get that up on eBay as a buy it now list. That's funny. Yes, that's a smiley face is justified after that witty comment, Michael. Well done. My goodness, water's going down. Ugh. I will, for Friday night, I'm just looking at my calendar really quick to make sure I didn't have something. I don't think we do. The following Friday, I won't be here. The 13th, I won't be here. So we'll have to do a show before that. But this coming Friday, the 6th of January, Epiphany Day, for those who care, we're going to do a listing show. We're going to get back on the horse with the listing. We'll do some print ads. Kelly had called that out on Friday. We'll get some print ad listings going because they're doing really well for me right now. So let's talk about them again. Continue to put up the postcards. I have another stack here that I'm going to do tonight after the show. These are all New York. My wife did go ahead, as I was telling everybody, and organize them for me. Put them in state order and then city order and all that. So I've been plowing through. I got over 100 listed today already, but I want to finish these off. That's probably like another 70 or so. I'm getting good at guesstimating with the stacks now. It's funny how that you could kind of grab, a bunch of cards and kind of say, it's about 50. That's about 100. I'm getting better at that. Pudding says, I hope Victorian trade cards and empty matchbooks get added. Oh, yeah, there's a few things that people have been talking about. That would be cool. Didn't you say, Puddings, you just came across, weren't you saying Friday you came across a whole bunch? You had like 90 matchbooks or something you're going to put up? Good stuff. And Kelly, I saw you had mentioned that you reorganized your trade card or your sport card collection or something. Your 3x5 ship photos. I still have to mail out with a stamp and label. They've all made it. Awesome. 300 cards at Jersey. Oh, all right, there we go. Nice Dave cards. Yeah, I'll be there. I'll definitely be there tomorrow. Yeah, I'm getting a hankering to get back into some to buying again. I'm going through. Did you list all those cards yet, John? Probably not. That we picked up at York. I'm almost done. I have a couple more states to go. The stragglers of what did I buy? 2 tubs, and then a couple of real photos. Are the holiday cards, the holiday and like generic greeting card kind of stuff. I don't have that many, maybe a couple of 100, 200-300 at the most, I think, of those 2. 2 things I haven't really listed much of at all yet. But, I guess it's worth. I did buy a clap saddle lot, a small, like when I say a lot, it was like 10 cards. It wasn't a lot. A few months ago, I listed those. So those were, I think they were all Christmas clap saddles. I did have from earlier incarnations of my eBay store, I did have some postcards. They were actually cards that my great-grandmother had given my dad. So they were from like the turn of the century. I listed some of those Easter cards and things, but I don't have a lot of experience with them yet. So I guess that'll be the end of the tubs. I'll go through and I'll just reluctantly list some greeting card kind of stuff. I guess I shouldn't say that. I don't really know much about them, so I don't want to, make a derogatory comment towards them. I'm just not used to them. I'm much more used to the regular, view stuff. But I'll get into it, and I'll be very mindful of glitter and stuff. I'm not going to throw it through the Epson and ruin my scanner. Oh, it was Purple Soccer. Sorry about that. Yeah, you had a lot of them. What did I say? 90? It was a lot more than that. What happens if you list Matchbox? I guess I don't even know if it'll give you an option if it's not part of the program, but I'm not sure. Kelly, Dreamy, even if you select it when you listed it, won't appear. There you go. Won't appear as an option, so you have to list them in a different category. It's a shame. They obviously fit the format, right? 9,000. Yeah, what did I say? I said like 90. Yeah, I knew it was more than that when I said it, but 9,000. Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, and then he was saying like he's got a lot of learning to do. You listed about 75. Oh, okay. Oh, cool. Yeah, but you scanned them. That's good. Sorting the Dave cards. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'll definitely. Everybody go check out Popeye tomorrow night. Goes without saying. Tuesday. Jersey cards are good stuff. In all seriousness, I mean, that was a couple of months before the York thing. I picked up a bunch of New Jersey. I think it was a tub, right? I made the tub club. I'm pretty sure that was New Jersey. They do really well. The Shore Town stuff, the Atlantic City, Cape Mays, Asbury Park stuff, they all sell. Plus, timing was really good. I picked them up right around Labor Day, I guess, or right, early September, mid-September. And I think John had mentioned that there's people that frequent these shore towns and stuff. And at that time of year, of course, things are winding down. After Labor Day, they close the beaches and all that. So there's this like, oh, summer's almost over. And so you see like an uptick in people buying those sort of postcards. I thought it was really interesting. It's kind of cool. So I had a bunch listed. And I sold a bunch of them. So definitely check out Popeye tomorrow on Whatnot. Maybe that's why they don't sell. Jamie asked me to buy the print label. The option won't be allowed. Gotcha. Dave left me a message yesterday. He's buying another collection this week. Oh, really? Oh, cool. It's exciting, though, right? Got to have action. That used to be the thing. If anybody used to bet before it's legalized nowadays, I know a lot of sports stuff is legalized, but back in the good old days when you had to, in New York, we used to get these things called football tickets. They were just a white sheet of paper, and you'd circle who you think's going to win in the point system. Anyway, the expression everybody used that was kind of addicted to the gambling stuff was, I gotta have some action, man. I gotta have some action. Like, you gotta have something going. And I think this is the equivalent. Like when you're into postcards or you're into reselling in general, it's always good to have a deal going and working on something. It's definitely gets me juiced up. I know. I'm sure it gets a lot of you guys juiced up too. Have some action going, have something in the works. A big deal. It's always fun. You're about to block Canada. Uh-oh. Don't let Dawn Wright hear you. Where is Dawn, by the way? Dawn's got to be sleeping. She didn't get my note. I haven't had issues with Canada yet, thank goodness. Popeye's falling off the wagon. Big time, big time. back. Were you away? Give me 1 second, everybody. I want to check out one thing really fast. Really, really fast, I promise. How do I do this? I'm trying to look for something. Here we go. I want to throw a link just for the few people who might not have this saved already. This is a link to Popeye's auction tomorrow night. Looks like 8 p.m. Right? I think it's at 8 p.m. Steve, postcard lots, 8 p.m. on Whatnot. Go follow Popeye. Go bookmark that show. Lots of great deals. Lots of good cards. Oh, I didn't know that they weren't an option. 1 to 2, huh? You got to recuperate from Christmas and all. A lot of people charge their Christmas stuff and then they get the bill in January and go, oh, what have I done? Good success with Canada. Yeah, I haven't had any issues with Canada either. It's kind of a one-off, I would think. You sold one. What's up, Cameron? Did I miss saying hi to you? Oh, yeah, I saw. What's up, Cameron? How you doing, man? Welcome to the show. Happy New Year to you. You ever find an alternative to Easy Auction Tracker? Oh, yeah, cool. Very cool. Yeah, go check that out, everybody. There's the link. Just click on that. Go follow Popeye if you don't follow him yet. Or bookmark his show tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Good stuff. You're stuck doing Excel. I don't know if I asked this. Did anybody go with that promo that they were doing with eBay? I think it was about a month ago where you could get QuickBooks for free for a year. Did anybody jump on that? I'm familiar with QuickBooks because I've been using it for years for my wife's old company. It's kind of overkill for me anyway, for eBay. But I'm just curious if anybody took them up on that offer because I know they were given, I think it was a year subscription. Just make sure you cancel if you don't want it, or guess what? You're going to get charged. I was going to bring something up on Etsy, and I don't remember what I was going to say. Sorry. Good show prep there, baby. I don't really usually do that much show prep. I just kind of chat with everybody. But I wanted to bring something up on eBay. Excuse me, Etsy. It wasn't postcard related because I don't have any postcards. I have not a bunch. I have some print ads listed on Etsy. Oh, that's what I want to say. Print ads. Who was just saying earlier about the watch ad? Somebody mentioned that they sold a watch ad. I'm sorry, I forgot who it was. Well, anyway, I have a little bolo for everybody. Bulova. Bolova watches. Watch popular. I had a 1962 Bulova watch ad up on and cross posted to Etsy from eBay. And I priced it up a little more on Etsy than eBay because of the whole fee structure. I'm just not familiar with the Etsy fee structure as much as I should be, and all the other stuff that goes on with it, with the way they force you kind of to promote and all that nonsense, or marketing, whatever it's called. Well, anyway, I got an offer for $80 on that ad. I had it up for $89.99. I got an offer for $80 and accepted it. So I had that's my biggest sale on Etsy for print ads. $80, everybody. So Bulova. Just want to throw that out for anybody. If you come across a Bulova ad, with all the ads I've listed and been through, I haven't seen more than a handful, but that's one to look out for. Definitely. If you see a Bulova watch, Bulova, I think I misspelled it when I spoke to you earlier, but I'm looking at the ad right now. Sold for $79.99, $80 for an ad. That's really good for anybody who might be interested. So check that out. Bulova watches, if you come across. Hey, Ken, how are you? Welcome to the show. Happy New Year to you. Terry, what'd I tell you, everybody? Just saying, it happens without fail every show. Got to be in it to win it. I don't know what else to tell you. Got to hit the thumbs up. But yeah, everybody, Bulliver watches. If you see Bulliver watch ads, congratulations, Terry. I'm really happy for you. Very happy for you. Bulliver watches. $80. That's as high as probably any print ad I've sold. I can't think of many more individual ads that I've sold for more than that. So that's a really good one. Hi Jamie. What print ads from in my experience? Hold on, Karen. Congratulations. Happy New Year. Did you leave a thumbs up? I know you did. Karen always does. Karen's good people. Welcome to the show, Karen. Happy New Year. Dreamy, my personal favorite we've talked about on some shows is World War II era, 41 to 45 Life magazines. So if you could find any, for me, those are gold. If you could find a lot of any, I don't care what month it is, 1941 through 1945. Even like you could even go earlier. You could go to 40 or so because World War II started in 39, really, right in Europe. But for the Life magazines, for most magazines, 40, my sweet spot, 41 to 45. Any month, anytime you can get one of those magazines, get them. They're chock full of ads, just quantity wise, and the quality of them is exceptional. Quality is exceptional. Yeah, singular, right? Quality is exceptional. Typically, they're very unique ads because of the whole World War II angle. But one of the things I really enjoy about them that I've mentioned is like you get a company like Chevy or Ford. The auto manufacturers got involved with creating engines for airplanes or engines for boats, and I love that crossover thing. It's really unique, and it doesn't really happen ever again. So that's really cool. And people, love World War II stuff. They collect them across the board. So that's my answer. For me, I would go World War II era print ads. For me, Life magazine. But if you could find, any magazine from that period, you're probably going to see a whole bunch of ads talking about the war effort, buy more war bonds, which I've mentioned. You'll see really cool advertisement that has like, just the graphics and the drawings, the illustrations are really cool. There's a lot of rah, Americanism, of course, all that stuff. So that's my answer is World War II stuff. That's my favorite. And congratulations again, Karen. That's awesome. Don't timber what it was. Don't remember what it was? $14.95. There you go. Groovy. Okay, cool. Jackie Jack, get him up. $80 for me. Yep. Postal cards. Okay, cool. Yeah, I guess it depends. But the print ads, I had that up for a while too. I had that ad. I could probably give you the exact date, but it's been up for like, try to look in the, see that's the thing when you do that and then sell someone, you don't see it anymore on eBay and on Etsy. I had just cross posted it. Maybe less than 2 months ago, maybe the end of October, early November. But I know I've had it up. Let's just call it a year. It's been up for a while. It's been up for maybe a year. Well worth it. Well worth waiting. To get $80 is just really cool. Definitely a premium print ad for me. Are they big magazines? Just the dimension of the magazine? Yeah, Life are, was it like 15 by 11? Yes, they are big. Oh, actually, this segues really nicely to something I wanted to say. If you notice, I've been getting a lot of questions from everybody, which is totally fine. What kind of scanner do you use? What kind of scanner? What kind of this do you use? And I direct everybody. I'm like, if you go to my playlist and you check out the series I did on print ads, if you go to this specific video, I think I have it listed. So to get all that out of the equation and not make people hunt and peck, like I said the other day, I'm just going to start including those links below all the videos. Whatever I release, any new content, be it a live show or just regular video content, I'll have the links in every one of them. Just kind of copy and paste. I'll just keep putting them in there. So if anybody's interested, I have a list down below this video. You can see the clear bags I use. You can see the duplex scanner. You can see the big Opti that I have that fits stuff like the Life magazines, the big form factor. It goes up to 18 inches long. What else do I have in there? And I have the paper cutter in there as well. So check it out. If anybody has any questions from now on, you should be able to just click on a link. If the link doesn't work anymore, I apologize. I think most of them are Amazon links, and these are not affiliate links, just so everybody knows I'm not getting paid. It's just, I just want to share best practices with people, things that have worked for me that I use. It took a long time specifically to find that scanner and the paper trimmer, believe it or not. Those two things took a long time, but once I got them, no turning back. So feel free to use those links if you're so inclined, if you need them. But they're really good. I would never put anything up that I don't use. I'm not going to sit here and preach about it. Especially, again, I'm not getting paid for it. It's just these are things that I use on a daily basis that work really well, that are durable, high quality, and get the job done with, like Jimmy is asking about, big magazines. Yeah, these Lifes. And then I've also mentioned, what's the magazine that's bigger? Ladies Home Journal, maybe. The really old turn of the century magazines are gigantic. They are, I think that might even be 18 inches tall. They're the biggest I have. They're huge, like 18 by 12 or something. Mini posters, as I've often said. And as such, they're collected. The people like them and frame them usually. They look awesome. They look great on a wall. I know. And I told you, I'm not kidding either, Jay Smith. So congratulations. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's magic. Ain't it, Karen? Ton of Life magazines, 40s, 50s. Yep. Get in there. Again, if you haven't seen the video, hold on one second, everybody. I'm suddenly freezing. It was another ridiculously warm day here, although it started raining. But we were, again, close to 60 degrees, which is just obscene for January in the Northeast. But now all of a sudden the sun's down and I'm getting a little chilly down here. Yeah, get in there, Karen. Check out the video. I have a whole video about something as stupid as how to remove a staple effectively, but people asked for it, so I put it up there. All about what to do. But check those out. The 40s, yeah, 50s are great too. But my sweet spot personally is the World War II stuff. It's the stuff because of the uniqueness of it, I think. Like I said earlier, the cross-pollination, if you will, with companies getting involved with things they would never get involved with again and were never involved with previously. So that's cool. All the propaganda kind of stuff. And like I said, the rah-rah and the patriotism. It's great stuff. It's very unique, magical sort of time frame. And the ads kind of reflect all of that. So I really like them. 50s you'll do very well too. And 50s is another decade with Life magazines, if we're talking specifically Life. They're chock full of advertising, which makes us happy. When you can get 40, 50 ads out of a magazine, and hopefully you're not paying more than a buck or two at the most for the whole magazine, and you could get 50 of them, 50 ads out of them, really good quality ads. And again, even if you just sold them for $10, that's $500 for the magazine, that you paid a buck or so for. Potentially a lot more than that, but it's kind of a no-brainer. Sure. The call paper cutter, yeah. Okay, yeah, you could do that. I know everything unfortunately has gone up, but it's a great product and it's well worth it for me. And we talked Friday about the sharpening trick that everybody joked about, but it is true. Put a piece of tin foil in, your blade's like new. I've never had to change the blade. You got the duplex. If you ever get into them, you'll go crazy. What, print ads? Now the duplex does accommodate. There's a series of magazines that are the 8.5 by 11 format, so you could get them easily in the duplex scanner. And just be mindful of the paper thickness. What do they call it? The mill of the paper, I think it's called. Life magazine, you're going to be in good shape. But some of the very old paper, I don't know what it is about it. I don't know if it's the way they made paper or the amount of money that these companies wanted to spend on the magazines. Some of the paper is very thin, and as such, like we talked about Friday, somebody had asked a question about using one of those big old hatchet, what do they call it? The big machete style cutters. And I think they would work fine for a lot of the magazines, but some of those really frail, thin pieces of paper, I think it would shred it. I could potentially just screw it up. So that's why I really like the call paper cutter that Kelly alludes to. That's linked below. Works very well. Never had any problem. It's precision is what I love about it. It's very, very precise. It's very sharp. It leaves you with a perfect straight edge. Never had every time I say I never had an issue, I always worry about saying these things and jinxing myself, but I've never had an issue. Never ripped anything, never screwed one up. And I've done a lot of them for years now. You just ordered the ES60W, okay. That's good to know. So he's got 2 of them. And you have, what's the bigger one you have, Kelly? You have the 500 series for the postcards? Saturday Evening Post could be large, absolutely. There's a handful, and then they also morph as time goes on. What's the really, really big one I have? It might even be Ladies Home Journal, but I think I've showed them in some listing shows. They're huge. They're 18 inches tall by 14 or 15 inches wide. Huge, huge things from 1905. I think it is Ladies Home Journal. That's the biggest one I've had. The biggest, format magazines. Cool. Guillotine. Yeah, what did I say? Hatchet. You know what I meant. Cool, man. Yeah, enjoy. Thanks so much, Popeye. Hopefully I'll see you soon. Yeah, I'll probably still be on. We'll see. Enjoy your dinner. Fence of purchasing one of the guillotine cutters or going with the rotary blade. Again, just personally, because of it depends on like so many other things. It depends on what you sell. It depends on the type of magazines you're looking to pick up. Most of the paper is kind of robust enough to tolerate them, I would think, but there are definitely a handful of the magazines I have that I know are very, very thin. Speaking along those lines, even Life, which we've mentioned all too many times, but the first couple of years, 36 to 39-ish of Life magazines, which is they started in 36. Those magazines are not only very thin because they're new and nobody was advertising in the magazine yet, and it was the middle of the Great Depression, but the paper quality in those is also subpar compared to what it became later on. So it's just another point. If you want to try not to get reeled into, if somebody says, oh, or if you see them out there, I have the entire run of 1936 through 1939 Life magazines. It might seem really cool, and you'd still make money on them. I don't mean to don't shy away from them completely, but don't pay a premium for those at all. Like that would be bottom of the barrel Life because of what I just mentioned. They're like a third of the thickness of what the magazine became in later years, and you're not going to find a lot of ads. And the ads you find are going to be because it's the Great Depression, middle of the Great Depression, kind of heart of the Great Depression. Just the quality isn't up to snuff. So I would worry about, personally, I would be not worry, but I wouldn't jump on a pile of late 30s Life. If it's all you got and it's something to go with, sure. If you get it from, if somebody's going to give you, what's 12 times 30, 36 or 50, something like that, 40, 50 magazines for $10, $20, then yeah, do them. You'll make money. But don't pay a lot for them. Yeah, I didn't get it for that much, but I'm sure they did go up. I can't wait to finish listing these tonight because I've been out all day. I did get 100 or so, I think 106 listings this morning before we went out, and I want to get these done too. I want to finish this. Like I said, should probably be like another 70 or so cards. Being a new year and all, I want to keep the good vibes going and keep the listing going. Everybody doing pretty well with sales so far these first couple of days? What do we think? I'm hoping January. I shouldn't even say hoping. I'm expecting January to be better than December. It's always been for this last few years that I've been doing this full time anyway. January is usually a better month than December, so I'm kind of pumped up. Hoping that follows through for this year. Oh boy. Everybody let me know when you get a sale. It's really exciting. It happens almost every show. A good portion of everybody on the show winds up getting a sale. Except me. No, I've had some. Yeah, I was yesterday when I went on eBay, I was wondering if they were going to surprise us with something new, even just from a format perspective on the site or something, but I don't see anything different. New year, we're going to throw this enhancement out at you. Looks like everything's pretty much the same. I'm completely caught up with my incense sell similar thing. So my oldest item right now is December 1st, basically 30, 31 days. I want to stick to that. I might let it get to 40 or 45 and start doing at that point. But as I mentioned Friday, I had I wound up doing 3,000 some odd listings, 3,000 and change listings, ending in similar because I had missed, for some reason, I must have forgotten to do it last month. But I had from November 15th still live up until whenever I did, December 30th. So I'm going to try to stick to that all year round, unless something changes that we don't need to do it anymore, or we need to do it more frequently, whatever. Adapt, right? Adapt to the changes. The one constant in life is change. Yeah, it's true. Think about that. You haven't had a sale, CJ? Have you listed, CJ? Have you listed this year? The like works, Vintage Codger, thank you. Pass on that information. It's a virtual guarantee. Now, I've mentioned this Friday, too. The longer we get into the show, that window is going to close a little bit. Let's just say for fun, it's just about 7 o'clock. If I'm still on at 8:30 and, I say, all right, guys, I'm going to sign off at 9 or whatever, then you only have that half an hour It's not a guarantee. I think the guarantee is definitely in the first hour. The first hour, which ends in 3 minutes. So get those thumbs up, and if you haven't, please, and you're guaranteed a sale. Yep, exactly, Jackie Jack. I'm telling you. Trying a new experiment. List 100 postcards a day, Sunday through Thursday, then do 5,000 and sell some on Friday and see what happens. I bet you the result is really good. CJ has not listed. Well, there seems to be a proportionate, what's that term? Direct proportional relationship, listing and selling. So, but I understand, of course, a lot going on this last week or so. I'm all so ready for the normalcy to be back, which kind of kicked in. I guess it kicks in right now. We got back from the Costco run and all the stuff we had to do today after back-to-back Christmases, Friday and Saturday, or Saturday and Sunday. A New Year's thrown in for good measure. So I'm kind of, truth be told, show me taking down the tree at this point. I'm kind of sick of it. I just want to get into I want spring to come. I'm ready for normalcy. I just want to get into a flow again and not have to worry about anything. And it's always a nice time and everything, but now I'm ready. I'm ready for, it's already January. If you think about it, spring's really only 2 months away, because weather-wise, that's debatable. It might be 4 months until we actually get warm, but March is the month of spring, and if you think about it, we're only 2 months from March, right? So that's how I look at it. I try to put a positive spin on it and say, 2 more months and we're in spring already. You did cut off. Oh, really? Okay, cool. Now, just that, if you want to give us some numbers, CJ, I'd be curious. Like, how many ads were you able to pull out of those 5 magazines? And do you have a rough idea of what time frame those magazines were from? Were they all over the place? Were they all 50s, 40s, 60s? Curious to see how many you got out of 5. Again, save for the late 30s. I don't think there would be one issue I couldn't get at least 25 ads. Let's be conservative. I couldn't get at least 25. I can get 25 out of any magazine easily. 25 good, really good ads, quality ads, provided that the magazine itself is in decent shape, of course, which I've talked about too. I've had a lot of questions about that as well during this past year on YouTube. What do you do if it has mildew? What do you do if it smells nasty? What do you do if this? Honestly, and it's going to sound sarcastic, but I don't mean it that way. I don't buy them. Like, I'm not going to buy a lot of magazines if they're all ripped up and smell like death. And, I shy away. There's enough decent quality ones out there to be had that I don't want to dabble in those. Again, there's exceptions. Like, I'm not the beautiful thing about the print ad thing is I'm not concerned about the cover or the back cover necessarily. I mean, of course, ideally, I'd love to have it in good condition, but if the front cover has a rip on it, or it's marred in some way, or even if it has a little bit of what appears to be like moisture or water damage or whatever, as long as the majority of the innards of this magazine are in good shape, it's dry, it's not cut up or stained or ripped, I'm good. So I could look past the cover. Whereas a lot of other people that sell magazines proper, of course, that's probably the biggest thing, is you want to have a good quality cover, right, to sell it. So that's one of the nice advantages. You don't have to have pristine copies of these old magazines. They could be, which is going to happen over time. Who kept 1939 Life magazine is not going to be in pristine condition, most likely. But again, as long as the majority of the underlying pages within are pretty good, I'm good with them. But I don't buy, again, getting back to that question, what do you do when it smells like this and it's mildew? I don't buy them. That's my answer. I don't buy them. I just don't see any need to, because there's enough in decent enough condition that I don't have to mess with that stuff and go, then it's, like many people have said about time being money and all that, and your time is worth more. It's very true. Like, I don't want to go through a whole process of, people have talked about, what is it, some oxidizers or something, some kind of machine you could buy to try to get rid of some of the musty odors and things like that. It's just more expense, more work. It's kind of busy work just to try to salvage some stuff. I don't need to do that. If I can usually find a nice lot when needed at an estate sale is one of my primary sources. If you guys haven't seen the videos, that's probably one of my main sources for magazines, is estate sales. And what's nice about that is you could thumb through them and take a look, and you could also, immediately, if it has any of that nasty smell, it's evident immediately, and I could just walk right past it. But if they look or appear to be in decent condition, I could pick them up, thumb through really quick. I do a thumb through, all right. I don't see like the whole thing isn't stained. What stinks is sometimes with water damage, if it's on the cover, like in one spot, it could go all the way through. So every page is basically going to have like this little blot of, a stain from a water stain, which is terrible. But that's great work, CJ. You had 17 orders, CJ. Cool. There you go. Yeah, it always comes back to that, right, man? But I'm glad. I'm psyched that you got some print ads up. That's good. Really good. You list 30, 50 today. Beautiful. And it's just a thousand every day. What's the time frame for the 1,000? Okay. Oh, you are early 70s, 1651. Cool. Very cool, CJ. How many ads did you pull from 5 magazines? Just quantity wise. Like you should have 100 ads. I'm thinking at least. Yeah, there could be a little edgeware. Absolutely. I'm not, and that's where this paper trimmer comes into play, Jay Smith. You see, if it's, edgeware is going to happen. As long as it's an extreme edge, little bit of a buckling and stuff, I don't care. I can trim that off. Again, as long as it doesn't compromise the body of the advertisement, I'm fine with that. The wonderful thing about almost every magazine, they're all indented. There's always like depends the size of the magazine. I was a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, maybe even as big as an inch, depending on the magazine, of a border around the actual ad proper. So that gives you wiggle room to play with. I don't care if there's a little bit of jagged edging, or even if there's, God forbid, there is a stain of any kind. If it's on the edge and I can trim it, I don't care. But these are all things like when I'm out there, I look and I'm eyeballing. I just look. And if it's salvageable or in good shape, I'll buy them. And if not, if it has, again, I'm not a big fan of mold in general. Mold is really bad for you. So I'm not going to bring mold into my house. You know what I mean? Even though, maybe there's ways to get rid of it and all that. There's no reason to do that. Kelly bought 4 Life magazines this weekend, $12.50 each. Oh, really? You'll still make, again, you sell one good ad, you'll make your money back. That's a premium to me, but that's you're right. It depends on where you are and availability. But you have honey holes for postcards that I don't have. So yin and yang. I need to find me a honey hole for postcards. That's what I need to do. International postcards from Spain, France, and Italy. The only international cards I've sold so far are UK, I think. Oh no, and Poland. I've told, if anybody hasn't seen, I have my wife's grandmother went to Europe years ago, and she's of what was Yugoslavia. What is it called now? I forgot what the name of it is. Whatever. Descent. It's really Russian, but whatever. All the millions of countries that Russia kind of split off into. Anyway, she went out and she brought back a ton of postcards from Poland that were untouched. And I don't know, a few years ago, like 5 or 6 years ago, we were visiting with her, and she gave me like this whole stack of Polish postcards, which really just sat there. I listed a few. I don't think I sold any, but then I did wind up selling some in recent times since I got into the postcard thing. So that's my experience with international, is really just UK and Polish. So if anybody wants to speak to Spain, France, and Italy specifically, and so similar 1,000 means he ends. Right. I mean, how frequently? Every day? Every month? Every 15 minutes? Trying to decide whether to bundle country or sell. Yeah, not sure. No. I got that. I got the abbreviation. I want to know what the frequency was. How often is he ending in reselling 1,000? Every month? Every day? Abbreviation of 1K I got. Hey, Steven, how you doing? Welcome aboard. Happy New Year to you. Be doing well. We're talking sales now. At this point, we've segued into sales and ending in sell similars and all that kind of stuff. And the guarantee, if you leave a thumbs up, you will get a sale. It's been proven out by at least 10 people so far during the course of this. We're only an hour and 5 minutes in. Sales pouring in left and right for everybody. It's always a good thing. Me specifically, I've been doing good with print ads in recent weeks, actually, but it continues into the new year. I'm very happy about that. Love selling the print ads. Continuing to list postcards on a daily basis. I'd like to get at least 50, which again is really a joke. I should be able to do a lot more than that. Today I was gone most of the day, but I got 106 up this morning, and I have about 75 or so in my hand that I want to get up before I go to bed tonight. So that should take me to like 175-ish for the day, which is cool. Good work. Keep doing that every day. Gonna get a lot more listings and a lot more sales. Remember what Popeye said Friday? If you guys were on the show Friday, what you list, you sell. The simplicity, like I said, is brilliant, though. It's so true. You list, you sell. No matter what the product is, you list, you sell. Sorry. What is this? Every day you go through. Oh no, that's totally cool, man. Every day you do without you end and sell similar 1,000 a day. Wow, that's incredible. Okay. Speaking of which, no. Oh, I got an offer. Cool. I thought it was a message. Don't you hate when you get messages? I did get a message, but I also got an offer. $10. 1966 Brock's chocolate. Probably gonna accept that. Why not? $10. Sheet of paper. What it cost me, a penny? I just want to get sales today. I want to get sales every day, but I want to kick off the new year with lots of volume of sales coming in. And then I got a message from, whenever you get a message, the old joke, right? If somebody asks for a size or a dimension or whatever, they're never going to buy it. I got a message selling a Stephen King book. And what was the message? I haven't answered yet. It came in when I was out at the store with my wife. Selling a Stephen King book. How much is this selling for? Not a lot. Oh, it's an auction for $5. Just going to preface all this, right? Stephen King, Sleeping Beauties novel. 2017. It's new. My mother-in-law loves Stephen King, and she buys these books, and she's, how do I say this politely? She's it's a good thing. She's extremely neat in all aspects of her life. Very, very neat person in general. You can eat off the floor in her house. As such, like her books, everything that she does, puzzles, everything is immaculate and perfect. So she reads the book once, usually gives it to my wife to read because she enjoys them too. So my wife had a handful of them, and we just started putting them up for sale. They're literally like new, brand new. So I get a question on a $5 book that says, could you provide a pic of the copyright page? We'll see. We'll see if I can go that extra yard. But they won't buy it. I'll supply that, and they won't buy it. $5, folks. Come on. A lot of common Europe cards, and European sellers sell them cheap. But if you find something the European sellers don't have up, it could okay. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, Del Camp, as Popeye said earlier in the month or later November, good source of a good place to go sourcing, apparently, for postcards as well. I know he was doing great with Disney cards over on Del Camp, getting them really cheap, selling them for a lot of money. That's what we all do, right? Buy low, sell high. Despite not allowing offers, you went back and forth with a guy wanting a $9 postcard for $3. Really? Yeah, that is a You got to watch us. There you go. Just with the thumbs up. Good. That's how sales can start initially, right? Tons of Stephen King. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I know there's some incredibly valuable early books by him. Version of Carrie, I think, is worth a real lot of money. These are all, recent. Not all recent, but a lot of the stuff that my mother-in-law gives my wife are new books that have come out in the last couple of years. Like I said, she reads it once, gives it to her, and away it goes. She's neat, but she's also, which is a good thing. I totally think is a great thing. She's one of those people that like has no use for something really quickly. She's the opposite of a hoarder. She throws it. I don't care. I don't need it. Throw it out. And we're like, Mom, that's a beautiful thing. We'll take it. All right. I don't want it. Get it out of my house. So she doesn't cling on to things, including like if she reads a book once, that's it. It's gone. She does a puzzle. Get it out of my life. Get it out of my house. So we're the beneficiaries of some of that stuff. She's given us some nice things in the form of like the books and not old shoes, but like her shoes that she wears once and never wears again. Yeah, take them. You want to sell them? Sure, we'll sell them. Clothing. She was kind of integral part of my early eBay ventures. She would give us all these old clothes and things. And I think a lot of us, I certainly did. I don't know if everybody does, but I started with the age-old tried and true tradition, go through your house and see what kind of clothes you have that you don't need. My wife's too, that we don't need anymore, and put them up on eBay and sell them. And, not to get off at a tangent about clothing, the pros and cons of selling clothing, but it was my foray, into this whole thing. And a lot of it was free, from my mother-in-law. So how do you not at least try it? Anytime you get something from my mother-in-law, it's going to be clean. It's going to be probably really good condition and sellable. So, including right down to the books. Marie says she always includes a copy of the pot. Well, there you go. I will check. Cool. Then I will absolutely include that in my going forward, and I will give them a copy of it too. Let me see who this person is. I didn't really investigate. I was out in the car when I got it. Well, she's selling books on her store, but it's only got 3 items. No, it's not a store. It's just listings. 3 listings. Does she leave feedback for people? Is she a caring person? Had her account since 2002. She left a negative for somebody. She bought some light bulbs and they arrived smashed. Well, that would be a bad thing. Everything else looks like it's good, all positive. Yeah, I'll send her a message. I put some items on auction that I'm just trying to get rid of, quite frankly. $5 auctions, get rid of some stuff. Non-ephemera related garbage that I want out of my house to make room, precious shelf space for more postcards or print ads or anything else I choose to sell. Stephen has sold 20,000 books. Congratulations. Me too. You listen, 1923 set of world books today. That page was one of the photos. Cool. What is it that these collectors are looking for on the copyright page? Not being a book collector, but any measure at all. Anybody know why? Like, what are they looking for? That's a new book. I mean, it's 2017. It's a new book. The first edition and stuff. Even on recent books, huh? Somebody wrote that earlier. Edition and publisher. Cool, cool. Good stuff. Can you tell I don't sell books often? I do, actually. We sell some books, but they're all... you know what I did sell that was really cool? I sold a bunch of textbooks, college-level textbooks, medical textbooks. We came into a nice nice collection from... it's always family, right? My wife's cousin's wife. Nursing. I think she was a nurse originally. She's a doctor now, but she was a nurse and then became a doctor and had a whole series of textbooks that were, they weren't new, but they weren't ancient either. They were like within 10 years or so, I think. And they've been selling like wildfire. This was a couple years ago. They sold really well for me. Textbooks are really, really good. Some books have errors, and you could tell sometimes in the cover review. Oh, really cool. That's cool. Gutter codes. What is a gutter code? It tells the edition and the printing. Even on a recent Stephen King, they may want an earlier printing of the version. Okay, cool. Yeah, good stuff. You've sold 20,000 in 5 years. That's phenomenal. So many people sell books, and so many people get into the books with the Amazon thing with the. I used to go to the bookstore all the time with my wife and my girls when they were younger, and you'd see all these people walking around scanning books, trying to resell them, obviously, on the Amazon. So I will definitely get back with this young lady after the show. Sorry for the noise, everybody. I'm opening a can of something. And it may make some noise. There you go. There's the pop. And the fresh, delicious scent wafts through. Dinner is served. I wanted to ask this Friday, and I forgot to. Anybody get anything cool for Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever on the reselling front? Anybody get any cool gifts like supplies or a new scanner, a new paper cutter, or anything like that as a gift. My family knows that I like stuff like that. Oh, and I also ordered, I don't know if anybody remembers this, but when I was first talking about postcards a few months ago, I made the silly comment about basically saying, oh, I have enough of those sleeves. I have tons of sleeves. I think Kelly and a few other people said, oh, no, you can never have enough sleeves. You're going to need more sleeves. Well, absolutely. That Matt's Baseball site I went to, whatever the eBay page is called something different, but I ordered, what do you have? It was a pack of 1,200. I got 10 packs of 1,200 of those sleeves because now my wife is going in for, thank God for my wife on many fronts, but even with postcards, she's going in. Not only did she proactively go ahead and organize everything for me, now she's going back to my bins that I have already up for sale, and she's sleeving them all for me. And we ran it when she went through the first two things. I guess I didn't really have that many sleeves like I thought I did. So she ran out of sleeves already. So I just bought a bunch. What's 10 times 1,200? 10,000, 11,000 sleeves. So I should be set for a while. She's going to go ahead and put sleeves on all, nice brand new clean sleeves on all the listed inventory. A gutter code is usually a letter and 2 number in the gutter of the last page. Wow, that's awesome, Stephen. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know enough about the intricacies of books, all the coding and stuff. That's really cool to know. Jackie Jack sold 20 to 25 textbooks. Really? And you can't get them moving? Maybe the fact that, I mean, the ones that we sold and did really well, they were medical textbooks. I don't know if that has any real bearing. I know textbooks become obsolete virtually the next, which is all a scam too. One of my sons is a teacher. He teaches 8th grade, but when he went to college, I remember him saying like, they want you to get the latest edition of whatever the course is and stuff, and they modify like one word and then they charge $200 for a textbook. It's just unbelievable. And then the other ones become obsolete virtually. I'm sure it depends on the topic, the frequency of those changes, but the medical stuff did really well. Anatomy books and, psychology of something. They're really cool. In this case of the books that we got from my wife's cousin, I mean, they were thick, hardcover, thick textbooks, all in great shape, all completely free. And some of them, I think the top one, I got like $120 or something for one of them. That was really cool. It's just found money, when you get a stack of free stuff. You bought 10,000 more? Cool. Yeah, I guess why can't I do this math? It's so simple. 1,200 times 10. 12,000? I got 12,000. All the parts for a new PC. Oh man, you got liquid cool, cool. And I know you're a builder. I built my PC that I'm using right here, which you can't see, but you could probably hear. 2 years ago, I built this guy. It served me well. Love computers too, Stephen. Yes, yeah. The thing about Jay Smith, you know what the difference maker was on the website? He charged for shipping, and on eBay it was free shipping. Don't know why. And the shipping was a lot. It was like $40 or something. UPS on the website. I have his site saved from my first. I bought the plastic dividers from that site, but then when I went to eBay, it was free shipping. The same thing. Yep. Volume discounts. Yep. You bought 10,000? Cool. Yeah, me too. Wow. All right, I'll stop eating, everybody. I'm just starving. So we got a Rolo. Awesome. It's been, I don't know, the last 3 or 4 years, everybody knows, my family or friends or whatever, that I would appreciate it. Like, honest to God, if somebody had picked up, 10,000 sleeves for me and wrapped it up, put on the tray, I'd be doing backflips. Those are the things that we like. I don't think I saw the 5,000 ones. I was just looking for, it came up that he had a 1,200. I'm okay. I'm happy. I'll learn about the different discounts available. That's only the second time I was ever on the site. The first time it was those plastic dividers. I'm still happy. They weren't expensive, and now I'm set for a while. Really, it's for her to go in and sleeve all the stuff I have listed already. And then I'll be set for until I get to what? 10,000 cards, right? And I still have like, I don't know, what do I have? Like maybe 500 sitting on I have a ship. You can't see it because of the green screen. I have like a shipping station in back of me. And I have like, I think 500 or so sleeves, clean new sleeves for when stuff sells. I put in a new sleeve. So I have that saved separately. I gave my wife everything else I had, and she got through like 2 bins or so. Then we ran out. So now that should come in this week. Oh, okay. Yeah, but it was, but the shipping was charged. It was free on eBay. So same guy, same place. Save $40 or whatever it was, like you said. I'm happy. I'm a happy customer. I picked up the dividers from him. Everything was great. I'm sure the sleeves will be great. They had them when we went to the York show. There was a guy who had a table selling the sleeves, but then like in every conceivable size. They had big enough to fit my magazines. They had something in between. They had the miniature ones. They had tons of the harder shell ones. Really cool. A whole table devoted to supplies like that for postcards. Excuse me. But they weren't very cheap. They were kind of like retail price, if you will. So I didn't buy any. I probably walked around that table on the video. I don't remember. If you ever go to a shop and the item is out of stock, just drop them a note. Okay. Ah. Cool. Thank you for that. Yeah. It's definitely got a lot of stuff out there. If anybody's not familiar, it's mattspaceball.com, right? I think is the name. Well, it might have been Kelly. I don't remember who told me about it a couple months ago, but ever since they told me, I just saved the website. And then I remember he had an eBay as well. Seeing if I have any new offers I could send out. I have 17 right now. That's always a good thing. You refresh and you see a bunch of new ones come up. It's pretty cool. And all stuff I listed recently, which is also very nice. It's good to see new stuff. I almost, what we were saying earlier, banged out the hammer, the blocking hammer or something. There was it's still here. It's still in my watch ability to send offers list. I have a postcard listed for $6.99. It's a town called Dunkirk in New York, right? A library in Dunkirk, New York. Same guy. It's right here. History, 4 offers. Keeps sending me an offer for $2 on a $6.99 card. So I count, the first one I counted, I don't know, $5.99 or something like that. He sent me back another one, $2. Then I declined it. Then a day later, he sent me another offer, $2. Declined it again. So this guy's on the verge. He's very close to the hammer. The hammer might be brought out for this guy. Keeps sending me the same offer for something that's been declined 40 times for a $2 offer with free shipping. The hammer may be employed shortly because if he comes through with another one, what is it? I think you can only do 5 or so offers, right? Michael Kelly, where are you finding 5,000 lights? Yeah, I didn't know it was out there anyway. The one that popped up was the 1200, which I always thought was pretty cool. You found it on eBay. Okay, cool. A sledgehammer. Yeah, the sledgehammer may need to be employed. Just annoying at this point. Keep coming back with the same offer. Most of the wise guys, they'll go up and say, like, right, 201, $2.01, $2.10. That gets you a ban. But this one is odd. Then part of me feels bad. I'm thinking, oh, maybe it's an older gentleman and he doesn't really know how to use he thinks that he didn't send his offer through because it wasn't accepted. I don't know. But I don't really have time to unravel other people's lives. He got 2 up now. I'm planning on buying more. This message you can put the quantity. Cool. Oh, that's the link. Yep, there you go. Good stuff, man. Thank you. And what is it? Well, I'll look at what you sent me without asking the question. What is he asking for that? Hello, everybody.
When did we eat Chinese food?
Yep. You gonna eat it? Okay.
Yeah, but it doesn't smell too good, but I'm still gonna eat it.
Well, hold on. We're having a food discussion. Doesn't
Everybody's opinion. Should I eat the Chinese food?
Would you eat refrigerated Chinese food from Friday?
It's beef lo mein, everybody.
Beef lo mein.
My life is in your hands.
I just wanted to click on this. Oh wow, I have to sign in. Here we go. Kelly just told me about. Remember, we just picked up the sleeves.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. It's the same site, Yankee Doodle.
But you can get 5,000.
He's selling a 5,000 lot. Yes, he just showed me this. People are saying.
We'll buy it.
I probably will. Well, we still have the other one coming in. It's like 10,000 of them coming in.
Is Popeye on tonight?
Popeye was on tonight.
Oh.
He's gonna come back. He's enjoying dinner.
Chinese food from Friday?
No, he's eating Chinese food from Friday.
Tell Popeye you gotta buy more postcards.
Yep, he already invited me tomorrow night, 8:00. Whatnot. I might be picking up. He's got 3 lots of 100. Did he say Jersey postcards?
All right.
We might be in a
I don't
buying.
want doubles. No doubles.
Yeah,
happening.
no, that's just that happens. His haven't had a lot. No, the ones we got were from the postcard show.
There's also a volume discount if people.
Yeah, and everybody and Kelly, I guess, does a lot of business. A lot of people do business with this guy. Look at that, 62,400 feedback.
All right, we'll save him.
I am. Oh, he's already saved. 106 sold. But everybody's saying, like, even if he doesn't have something or it shows is out of stock, just reach out and say, hey, free standard ship too.
Who's saying no?
That's about food. Marie is saying no. Don't eat the Chinese.
Oh.
Don't eat that. Living on the edge.
Smells like fish.
Oh. When beef lo mein smells like fish, that's really not beef lo mein anymore.
Then that means my husband has to get up and make me something to eat, people.
You have something else.
No, Karen, I don't want to live on the edge.
No. Done enough of that.
Don't eat that. I won't.
The dog might like
that
it.
Does not help at all.
Jeff has a 3-day limit. Are we right there? Saturday, Sunday? We're on the 3rd day.
Yeah.
We're at the 72-hour mark, probably as we speak. Almost.
Well, today's the last day of my diet, so I can eat anything I want.
I know. Eat it.
Who said eat it?
That's what we have health insurance for, right?
No.
It's bad. Yeah, it shouldn't smell like fish. And Kelly already ordered a whole year's worth. Beautiful. I might like a different deal. Anyone know that guy? WKU cause. I don't. But yeah, thank you for that link, Kelly. That's awesome. And then look, you could buy. See, it says quantity. So theoretically, we could buy 10 of them and have 50,000. You know, it's gonna be 800. Is
that always that price?
Well, I don't know. It's a store, so like anything else, you kind of just gotta look.
Well, just save him.
I have it saved.
Yeah. Once I use those up.
Yep.
But you have to keep buying me postcards.
Yep, I know. We'll be on Whatnot tomorrow night, 8:00. All right.
I'm just seeing if anybody else is chiming in with my Chinese food.
Yeah, no, the consensus seems to be stay clear. When beef smells like fish, something has gone awry.
Smell.
Yeah, you're right. I am starving though.
Me too.
WKU guy is terrible. Why don't you order some new Chinese food?
Because I can't eat it tomorrow.
Order a small. Just order one small.
What are you gonna eat?
I'll have a shrimp and broccoli.
That means I have to order it. These are the dilemmas we go through, people.
Grape nuts. Oh, where's my beloved grape nuts, CJ?
You're not eating carbs?
I know. Mrs. Flipper does not enjoy grape nuts, though. She is. Thank you very much.
I know. Thank you, Kelly.
Leave some Jersey cards for me. It'll be a battle royal. I have a lot of them, Karen. I mean, term a lot. Relative to my collection, I have a lot of Jersey. I think I'm probably the biggest, probably the state that I have the most of.
Cows on it.
Yes.
I want one.
New York, I have a lot. Pennsylvania, we have a ton too. When she was putting them all in order, you could just see the size of the stacks. And New York, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey were probably the biggest.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yep. That's what I said, Marie. We'll just fire up a new one. You know what I mean? Simple, problem solved. 20 minutes. Ding dong.
Ding dong, the wife is dead.
Shrimp and broccoli, please. No carrots. Add mushrooms.
I don't even have the phone number.
And an egg roll. I can't get it. Just look up the place. We were just there. Look in my chat. Thank you, honey. Diamonds are just a bag of rocks, Karen. I mean, that's my retort there. But I really love them. I like the flavor of them a lot. And I'm not a cereal guy at all. I don't eat carbs anymore. But when I ate carbs, love a bowl of grape nuts, gravel on milk. You buy the 1200? Yeah, that's just the one that came up. So, tickets from New York to Texas in 2 days. Don't know what kind of deals he's got with FedEx. Puddings, congratulations. Well done, man. I know Puddings left a thumbs up. This is what happens when you leave a thumbs up on my show, everybody. It's the built-in guarantee. Flintstone cereal. That's pretty funny. Hey, Joni, how you doing? I'm going to be having it. It's late. It's 7:30 here, so it's going to be by the time they get here, it's going to be like after 8. I'll show everybody. We'll present the shrimp. We're going to go a little shrimp and broccoli. Nice and simple. No rice. We just had it Friday. I don't know why my wife's got a hankering for it. She's going on a diet tomorrow, so it was one of those, might as well go out with a bang kind of thing. So we had the Chinese from Friday. It shouldn't smell like fish in 3 days. That's disturbing, actually. Chinese food does not have a very long shelf life. Plus reheating, just in general, reheating Chinese food, not a good thing to do. Everybody knows this. I hope you know this. You never reheat fish. Definitely never microwave. Like if I had shrimp and broccoli from Friday, never in a million years, if your life depends on it, throw that in the microwave. It'll smell like low tide in your house for the next 6 months. I'm on 28 challenge. No fast food, no french fry. Congratulations. Very good. I don't know if Chinese food qualifies as fast. I guess it does. I'm just getting shrimp and broccoli. It's just shrimp. Like it's not fried or anything. It's shrimp and broccoli. Pretty healthy. God knows what the sauce is, the MSG and all that nonsense. I'm sure it's not the best thing for you. Probably very salty, I guess. Is that what it is? Monosodium. Sodium's in the word. It's probably a very salty item. Puddings. You're on day 19. Cool. Very good. Congratulations. Not full-blown keto, Jimmy, but no, just no carbs. I say that there's a little asterisk. There's carbs naturally occur in certain foods, right? But no added, no sugar. I'm doing coffee sans sugar now, which is good. I drink a lot of coffee, and after a few days, you get used to that, like anything else. I'm trying to think. What was some? Like I just had a handful of peanuts. Peanuts have carbs, I guess, theoretically. Let's see. They do. If I had a quarter cup, it has 3 carbs. But it's a complex carb versus a simple carb. So there's, very few exceptions. But in other words, I really do love grape nuts. A big old bowl of grape nuts with sugar and milk is going to be like a carb explosion. I would eat macaroni, pasta, whatever you want to call it, spaghetti, 5 times a day, every day of my life. It's my favorite food on the planet. But it's also the absolute worst. It's just a pure carb experience, as delicious as it is. And it puts weight on me, unfortunately. I just don't have which kills me because I grew up, I'm half Italian, but I grew up very Italian, and that's all I eat is Italian food. I love, like a lot of people do, pizza, all that stuff. And my mom, who is Italian and lives on pasta, weighs literally about 108 pounds, always has, and eats nothing but pasta and cookies and bread. So it's a little metabolism thing. I don't know why I wasn't blessed with the same. When I was younger, I was an athlete, and I used to run tons of miles a day and all that stuff. So I could eat anything, and I weighed 160 pounds until I was 30, and then your metabolism slows. And if you stop exercising, what's that?
My popcorn.
Oh, okay.
Because you see, problem with the Chinese food. They're closed on Monday.
Well, that's a bad thing. So much for the Chinese, everybody.
So I'm eating Oreo cookies and cream popcorn.
What's the next best thing? I really am hungry, though.
Well,
like food-wise. I don't know. I'll think of something.
Island Seasons pizza.
I'm not sure. Then order it. We'll go pick it up.
$12 for a little pizza.
Last day. Stevia. Oh, yeah?
Oh, I do not like stevia. I don't like the taste of it.
Tomorrow you're back on. Yeah, you're allowed. This time of year, obviously, there's a little quote-unquote cheating. They downloaded a paid for fitness app. Well, they haven't started yet.
I've been cheating since my accident. So.
Oh, Tostitos. The pizza rolls? Tostitos? Well, Tostitos are the chips. Totinos are the pizza rolls. Totinos, I think they're called.
We just had Tostitos last night.
Yeah, that's now we did. We had again because it was New Year's. We went out last night and I had tortilla chips and dip. So that's
I like
carbs.
sitting here. Everybody, I think he should have me on his show on like a separate camera.
Yeah.
My witty humor.
Oh, the scoops, very good. Butter and stevia in my coffee. Interesting. Butter is really milk, so I guess it's not as odd as it sounds at first glance when reading. But just
that's pretty.
Yeah, but it is. Anybody else haven't? We've had like 10 people say they got sales during the show. So I said, if you leave a thumbs up, you're guaranteed to get a sale. Everybody's like, oh my God, I got sale. Yeah, these people that are on the show, they sold something while watching my show. Like, oh my God, I just sold this. Oh, yeah. I said there's a guarantee. You leave a thumbs up. There's another one.
Wow.
I want to show Mrs. Flip at something.
Now I'm going to have time on my hands, guys, because I'm not doing cookies after this weekend.
For a period.
For a period of like 8 months. Oh. Can't we just go visit Popeye and go through his postcards? Is Dawn on?
And Sandy just got a second one. Congratulations.
Yay, Sandy. Woohoo. Go, Sandy.
Yes, it's a satiating product. That is indeed true.
If you had a Highland Cow one postcard, you'd have
Irish butter.
resales.
Irish butter is delicious. If anybody's ever had that Irish butter, I don't know. You hit the wrong thumb, you got to return. That's right. That's funny. He's kidding. That's Mark.
Oh.
Hey, Lori, how you doing? No problem. Spend time with your daughter. Enjoy. Thanks for chiming in, though. You sold bed springs. Wow. Congratulations. I'm sure John would let you pick through his haul. He probably would. He'd probably be grateful.
Oh, my God. I would have.
You pull up with a U-Haul?
With my OCD? No. John would throw me out.
You're on the bad server, Dreamy? That's all right. It's coming. Don't worry. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. Turn this around. What else? I'm trying to think. There was something else. Got the Etsy thing in. If anybody doesn't have Worth Point and has anything that, remember that tradition we used to do early on in the days of this chat show? If anybody has anything on Worth Point they'd like me to look up, I'd be happy to. If you don't have Worth Point, just got another sale.
Yay! Pudding's postcard.
Yep. Pudding's is good.
$16. Was that one postcard?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. You want to heat up the pretzel dogs?
No. Oh, did you see that eye roll he just gave me?
Can you uncheck and check? Don't do that. What are you doing? Congratulations. Do they? No, it still only counts. You can only do it once. It's kind of like joining, the whatnot. What's the thing? The giveaway thing. You can only do one entry. Can't keep hitting. Submit.
Do we also talk ads on here?
Yes, of course. The channel was built upon ads. We're doing well on the ads. John's hole would be like playing Jenga. Pull out a box and hope it doesn't. Yeah, I think so. Very true. He's within.
From around here?
Nope. Karen Young is in South Jersey somewhere. Karen, I believe you said, right? Well, no. But she's from. I forgot. Give me the details, Karen. I know you're not too far. Karen's picked up items on whatnot from us. She's not that far away. John is easily within driving distance. Barnegat, yep. John is within striking distance very easily.
Really?
Yeah, we
That's
both.
dangerous.
Well,
All good.
York was about an hour and 40 minutes away, and I think he was about an hour away. So he's like probably 2.5 hours from us, which is within striking distance. Maybe Kelly will come down to York next year, I hope. Save up for the big trip, Kelly.
Do they have any other big postcard shows?
All over the country, yep.
No, I'm saying like.
That's the biggest one. We went to the biggest one in the country, which I didn't know until I got there. They said it was the biggest one. Just found a hotel advertising. They have white attendance. Just found a hotel advertising. They have white attendance. That's going in the not safe for eBay box. Just gave somebody a little tap. Are you from that area originally, Karen? Or did you move there?
I wonder if there's a site that you can, like how we do the auction, not the auctions, the estate sales. I wonder if there's one for postcards.
Not sure. White attendance, that means good service. Also means a ding on eBay.
Not if you work.
Like white glove test, like clean.
No. It means it says white servants or white attendants. In other words, white people, you want to come here.
Oh, Hillside. Okay, cool. Worked in Manhattan for a long time and lived in Bridgewater. I used to drive on 78 and pass Hillside all the time near Newark.
Oh, really?
Yes. In the video descriptions, you will find links to postcard shows. Yep. Yeah, Mark has links.
Oh, that would be great.
Yep. White people work there. Oh, okay.
Just a little bit racist. I kind of like this.
The noise is a bit, but probably doesn't sound great on YouTube. Just saying.
Well, fine. I will go eat my popcorn elsewhere. All right. Okay.
Why is Chinese closed? Ugh, imagine you get your hopes up for some Chinese food. I know. Get the one you want, the seasons. Just get it. Yes, it's the last night. You know what I mean? Might as well enjoy.
You want anything?
Not from there, thank you. I'll find. I have plenty. I can eat something. Chinese? No, that they're actually just closed on Mondays, Mark. We forgot the place we always buy from is closed on Monday. And once you know it's Monday, if you'd like to make it down to PA show, you gotta stop buying from Popeye 40. Yeah, there you go. You would think with all that you buy from him, maybe he'd hook you up. Here's a little plane ticket. Because that's a ride for Kelly. That's a long. It's like, what is it, like 8 hours? You said or something. Long ride. Your Chinese place started closing on Wednesdays. Oh, of course. Exactly. You get a hankering. I could really go for some Chinese food. Closed. That's an awful feeling. You get all ramped up. You make this was as silly as it sounds. It's late. It's 7:45 at night, right? You don't usually order food. I don't anyway. This late. And we're like, all right, yeah, we'll order it. All right, get me some shrimp and broccoli. And so now, of course, my lips are watering. I'm envisioning the whole thing. Show me some sprinkler. Nothing. Denied. And now I got her eating popcorn by the fistful. That's not going to cut it. Kelly, I'm just looking at your post with some of the print ads. That's really cool. Kelly posted on Instagram. That Overland car ad is really good. I'm going to give you some likes or whatever they're called. What do you call them on Instagram? when you do the little heart thing. Likes. Anybody sick of all these different sites? Sometimes I am. It's too much of the same thing over and over and over, and just put a different name on it. But I like Instagram. I use Instagram mainly for messaging people. You don't mind the drive? Okay. Yeah, no problem, man. I know it's a big commitment. Plus, you want to have a lot of money to spend, obviously. Obviously, I would assume it's safe to say you'd get a room or something down there too. It's a nice area too. It's a very, nice quiet area. Pretty town. I think you'd enjoy it. I know you would love the postcard thing, obviously. But it's a good time for sure. I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to it again. I want to make it an annual tradition. Yes, my homeland. This is true. The city that never sleeps, they call it, Michael, right? There you go. A little Mediterranean action. Beautiful. Yeah, it's just me. You got suspended? Oh, get out. Really? You removed 3,000 people? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't really. I mean, the people I follow, it's all reselling. My Instagram's all reselling, so it's not. You don't get a lot of the nonsense you might get on a regular, just personal Instagram, I guess. But I could definitely see that being annoying. Are you seriously, man? That would be awesome. I would love to hang out together. We could have a lot of fun. Imagine everybody hanging out together. You've never been, Mark? Have you ever? I know. Again, it's quite a hike for you as well. Hey Jim, how you doing? Postcards. What's the lowest price you'd like to go with free shipping? Aiming at $5.95 unless there are lots available. Yeah, see, I don't want to. I think I'm in the minority. I don't like the example. If you were listening, Jim, a few minutes ago, I said I keep getting this. The same guys offered me $2 on a card, like I guess 4 times, and I think 5 is the cap. I'm pretty sure you can only do 5 offers. I keep declining. The first one I entertained. It's what was it? $6.99. I had the card up for. Right, guy puts through a $2 offer first yesterday. I think it was. And I came back with like $5.99 or something. And then he just kept doing $2 again. So I'm very close to banning him. But when I say I'm in the minority, like I really don't want to go less than 5. I mean, the 99-cent, 9 cents, $4.99. I don't think I've sold anything less than $4.99 yet. But then I think about it, and Kelly does this, and Mark definitely does this. Like, I got a nickel or a dime or 15 cents into a card, and it's just a very run-of-the-mill card of, some patch of land somewhere or whatever with a flower on it. So part of me thinks, I got to get past that psychological thing of seeing an offer for $3, something like $3, 57 cents for shipping. What am I going to make, $1.50? But it's a card out the door that's really not worth that much more. So like, it's myself. I need to like just condition myself to not get turned off by these really low offers, because at the end of the day, it's still a lot more than I paid for it. Even at $2 or $3, that's 20 times my money, whatever the math is. So I guess conceivably I might go down lower like that, but I haven't to date in this little 4-month period I've been doing cards. I haven't gone below $5 yet, and I've sold a fair amount of $10 plus ones, which I'm really excited about. If I sell a card for more than $10, I'm pretty happy. I just sold a real photo yesterday for $12. Pretty cool. Again, dime into it. I think, what did we say? 12 cents is what I had into the cards from the York show. It wound up being 12.5 cents per card. So 12.5 cents into $12, whatever, good stuff. But yeah, it's my own hang up that I got to get past about the dollar amount. If it's a cheap card that I only paid a dime for or 15 cents for, I guess I could let it go for $3 or whatever. I don't like seeing $3. It just seems like not worth it, but it is. I'm still making good money. You've never been to York, okay? You did $1.99. Wow, your floor is $3.99. Okay, cool. A lot lower than $5.95. Oh yeah, seriously, $4.65. It's a weird number. Yeah, Michael was on the second day, and I was the first day. I would have went to the second day, but I started feeling ill, and I didn't go. That's when I started getting just late. So that was the 6th. I went the 16th, I think. So the 17th must have been the day you went. And yeah, I was sick as a dog for the next 3 weeks or whatever it was. $3.50. Okay. Yeah, same with me. Like, are you saying where you'd price your card? What's the lowest you'll price your card, or what's the lowest offer you'll accept? I don't have any cards listed at $3.99. Like, my lowest listing is $4.99. Yeah, $4.99 is my lowest listing price so far for postcards. But I haven't, like, conceptually, if I had a $4.99 and somebody offered me $3.99, I'd take it. Wouldn't be thrilled, but it's still $4 for 12 cents. You met Kelly in person? Oh, cool. Did you really? Yeah, he's told me about his secret. Well, he didn't tell me where it is, but he said he's got a nice secret little spot where he can keep going back. And, like, I guess they don't know what they have, and he does really well, which is awesome, man. That's what everybody should aspire to, is we call them honey holes, but whatever you want to call it, find a secret location where you can replenish when needed. That's the dream. With print ads, it's no secret. I've told you, for me, it's estate sales. We find so many magazines at estate sales that people walk over and disregard, and I lick my lips, when we walk in, we're like, haha. And I've talked about this too in earlier videos. I might do in springtime. I'll definitely do a lot more videos going to estate sales this year, because we love going to them. We go to them all the time. I haven't had a lot of footage of estate sales yet on the channel, but I'll definitely do that this year. And you'll see me dive, and my wife diving for these magazines that nobody wants. We have a couple of guys that we go to, that run the estate sales, a couple of companies. One guy's really, really nice. Another guy is he's cool, but we don't know him as well as we know the first guy. But anyway, he's kind enough he knows we're on the hunt for magazines. So he'll let me know, hey, we're doing a sale Saturday. He doesn't do anything like, illegal or behind anybody's back. He tips me and says, yeah, there's a lot of magazines here, so you want to get here early on Saturday. I'm like, beautiful. Thanks, man. Or even just as good as he'll say, I went through, there's nothing. And I appreciate that, because that might save me a trip. We still go, because it's not all I get. I love records. That's another thing. He's on the lookout for records for me. And he has put away Beatle albums for me, which is really cool. Like, they usually set it like a table up where you could cash out at the end of your day. He's a couple times I've been over, and he's had like a stack of Beatle records under the thing, which is just awesome. Got to know a guy. It's always good to know a guy, or have a guy or a gal. Your Navy ship postcards are $4.55. Okay. You don't get them hyped up. I'm just a typical average Joe. Yeah, but you got a sweet spot where you can keep going. So one for $39.95, Jim. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. Lowest offer. Okay, cool. Yeah, not lowest priced. What's everybody's lowest price card? Mine's $4.99. Let me know what you guys. What's your lowest price that you have a card listed for? 10% off. Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. Cool. And again, this is something I'm going to remove, hopefully get past. But along those lines, puddings, like, I had this in my head, sort of like, you kidding me? Like, if you can't spend $4 on a postcard, why are you looking for postcards? You know what I mean? It just frustrates me. It's a psychological thing. It's a hang up of mine. If I have a card priced that low, $4.99 or whatever, you're going to offer me $2. Like, I mean, theoretically, that's only 40% of a $5 postcard. Like, you kidding me? I got to get past that. Yeah, typical average shows, they could be quite aggressive if their spots are revealed. Oh, yeah? Do you really? Hey, Michelle, how you doing? Happy New Year. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you. Hope you're doing well tonight. Once a card is scanned and researched, it's very close to being listed. It's low value. Might as well list it at a price where it will actually sell. Totally agreed. Yeah, so I'm down to $4.99. Well, there she is. For the love of God. 8 o'clock at night. Welcome. Just kidding. Welcome, Dawn. Happy New Year. Dawn's had a busy couple of days. I'm sure she's a little road worn. $4.50 is your lowest? Okay. Lowest listing price, right? $4.99. Same with me. Yep. Cool. Yeah, good. I'm in good company then. Same with me. $4.99. Yeah, it's a fraction of the cards, but to the point of Jay Smith, but I do want to sell them, even if it's just a $4.99 card or whatever, or that's what I gauged it to be. Doesn't mean I'm right either, by the way, but run-of-the-mill stuff. Again, a field in Mississippi with a flower on it. If somebody wants to give me $5 for it and I paid a dime or whatever, 15 cents, good return. Very good return. The question is my wife going to order this pizza or what? Oh yeah, yeah. You'd I'm sure you know this, Kelly. Surprisingly, even if you raise the price, you might get more action on them. You wouldn't go down from $1.99. I understood, but I'm saying like, yeah, if you across the board, if you just raise prices, you know the old trick before everybody did the end and sell similar thing, or at least with the frequency that a lot of us are doing it now. The simple act of like adding $1 to a price on an item or taking away $1 can also generate sales because it still triggers that change in one of those key elements like the title, the pictures, and the pricing. It's amazing. You could, if you have something priced at $24.99 and you raise it to $25.99, you might actually get more action on it and suddenly sells. So you don't always, just contrary to what eBay always says, there are eyes on your items, lower the price and make the sale. You could raise the price sometimes and make the sale. It's just that change that sometimes now somebody's going to be presented your item that wasn't previously. So like make all those $1.99, $4.99 or whatever, and you might sell a few of them. $3.79 is your bottom. Okay. Interesting numbers with everybody. Yeah, see, Steven, you're in the cherry pick world. That's cool. I'm in the acquisition phase, the self-defined acquisition phase. So I'm just trying to load up on cards. The only cherry picking I did was at the York show when we found this guy that had nothing but real photos. And John and I were sitting down just going through, and he's like, buy this, buy this, buy this. It was great. He's like, they were all $1. He's like, buy everything. Any real photo for $1, just buy it. Buy it. Unless it's ripped, Your oldest car was listed on February 19. Got rid of the older ones. Last year one. Oh, nicely done, Mark. Sure. Well done, Karen. Yeah, exactly. Estate sales, you'll see magazines all the time. Not just Life. Life is obviously very common, but all of them. The other wonderful thing about the print ad thing that I do, the niche, whatever you want to call it, is although, again, the most amount of issues of any magazine I have is definitely Life, but I have a nice amount of multiple different types of magazines. The cool thing about it is you don't have to focus on a specific type of magazine necessarily, because almost regardless of what the magazine is titled or what the topic is, ads are going to be sort of across the board. You could still find a Coke ad in a hunting magazine, let's just say, or whatever. You know what I mean? It's kind of cool. So you don't have to like hone in necessarily on a specific topic or like a news related magazine or an entertainment related magazine. Any magazine worth its salt is going to have a lot of advertising in it. And it's pretty much going to be universal. Like, Coca-Cola, car ads, tobacco ads, they're going to exist in many different forms and many different types of magazines, which I really like. Michelle says $4.99 lowest on the card. Same with me. Cool. Hey, Rutan, what's going on, man? First class package goes up this month. I don't know if it'll affect standard envelope. Oh, yeah. I haven't heard anything about standard envelope going up. It's still, 57 cents. It's a great deal. But welcome, Rutan. Happy New Year to you. Beautiful. Oh, speaking, Michael, what a nice segue. Did everybody go in on, I did yesterday, and I just did my year end. I do like screenshots of that. If you go into performance tab and just sales and you get like if you do the whole year, which I did yesterday, 2022, I did snapshots of each one, like total sales and a breakdown of the most popular categories or what I sold the most dollar amount in each category. I did screenshots, and then I downloaded the CSV for the whole sales report yesterday. It's still early enough, and you can do it any time of year, obviously, but it's definitely good practice if anybody doesn't do that or hasn't done it. Just go into eBay. It's really simple. Pull down that CSV Excel spreadsheet. It's nice to look at your numbers, see where you stand. It gives you, but the snapshots are good because it just gives you a high level, you could just look at sales and it says it's over the previous year. So you could do year over year stuff, up 10% year over year, all that kind of stuff. So it's a great opportunity on New Year's Day, second day, whatever you want to do that whole picture of 2022. So I have all those saved in folders in an eBay folder, and I have each year, and I do that every New Year's Day. Go up 2 cents. Another sale for Karen. Thumbs up, everybody. If you haven't, leave it. In all seriousness, whether you get a sale now, please, if you're enjoying the show, I'd really appreciate it if you give a thumbs up. But pretty likely at this point. Now we're at 8 o'clock. We're 2 hours in. You're likely to get a sale if you leave a thumbs up at this point, if you haven't already done so. Yeah, that is a great sale, man. That's awesome. $416. What was the topic? Yeah, a couple of those. Even once a week, I'd sign for that. Every week. I don't think you ever buy anyone's comic postcards. They just don't say, oh, really? That's an interesting point, Ruben. I have, I don't know if you were catching the show earlier on. I've been a couple hours in already, but I was telling everybody that, from the postcard show I went to in November, I had these I bought a little stack of real photo postcards, and then I bought two or three? I forgot now. Tubs of just assorted cards, mostly linen cards, and along with the linen cards, there was a portion at the end, which my wife was kind enough to sort for me, of like generic greeting, happy birthday, best wishes. Then they had some Christmas and Easter and Halloween. No Halloween cards. Strike that. I was mad. No Halloween cards, which means they were cherry picked. But a bunch of Christmas, New Year, Valentine's, Easter. I think that was the main ones, which I haven't listed yet, and I'm holding off till the end. When I'm done with everything else, I'll reluctantly go in and get those up and research. No, it's not reluctantly. I'll get them up, but I do have a handful of those comic cards as you define them. I mean, that's what they're known as. I don't know. Not a lot, maybe like 10 or 12 of them, those goofy like comic cards. Yeah, and I was wondering about the success rate of those things because some of them are really stupid, really lousy cards. Just read them and move on. Yeah, not really collected well, I guess, huh? You've sold some comic? Okay, cool. Really? That's great to know. So everybody's saying shy away. Canadians do have a sense of it. Yes. World War II comic cards do okay? Okay. Hi, Ginger. How you doing? Welcome. Happy New Year. Cheers. Happy New Year to you. Welcome to the show, Ginger. Pleasure to have you. Yeah, the reporting is going away. But that's why I did both. I did the sales report, of course, is the best. But even the screenshots, believe it or not, those snapshots that they give you, like if you just go into performance and it says sales, traffic, all that kind of stuff. I did screenshots of all those pages. I just saved them in a folder because it gives you a high level overview of your performance year over year in categories and stuff. I like that. But that's things. Yeah, I read about the reporting is going away. The other one, what's the performance report? The whatever it's called, is going away. Oh, really? Interesting. Quality listing report. That's it. Which say what you will. I know a lot of people thought it was a lot of rubbish. I thought it had some value. There was some good information in those things. It's cool to see where you rank in categories, if nothing else. Tonight we did 6 on. But you're right. It's a new year, though. I got to keep you on your toes. Don't get too comfortable in here. You got to be, when is it going on? No, I want to go on at 6 because I can't stay on super late tonight. So I scheduled it for 6. But in your defense, Dawn, I didn't even announce the show until what time, guys? Like 5:30, because my wife and I were out all day. And we ran home. So I put like a message on the tab within the YouTube page, the community tab. Dawn is jet lagged. So, yeah, no harm in that. I went on at 6 tonight. I'm usually on at 7 on Mondays and Friday for the listing show. So we'll continue with the 6 o'clock Friday, and I'll be back on at 7 on next Monday. I just had to get this one in a little earlier. Real photo of a town in New York State, Cooks Falls, up in Delaware County. Okay. 416 bucks. That's amazing. Really cool. Daughter just headed out using the 4x4 to get out of the neighborhood. Oh, yeah. Oh, you got some snow. Hey, Eric, how you doing, man? Happy New Year. Hope you're doing well. I'm sorry to hear that Tracy was sick so long. I didn't realize she was that bad. Hopefully she's on the mend. Did you get it too? I hope you didn't. But Happy New Year, man. Great to see you. Yeah. No, I get that. Oh, really? Not allowing offices going. Yeah, you did that across the board, you were saying. Yeah, that's one way to prevent my $2 debacle is just don't put offers on. Yeah, Dawn, I saw you block it. I was like, and I looked at the corner of my eye. I was like, Lori, why are we blocking Lori? Yeah, you don't want to pull a Bartomania and get thrown into the the abyss by accident. Just for shock value when they opened it up. Yeah, anytime you change something, that's a significant change to just eliminate offers completely. I think it takes a lot of guts. I would be very fearful of that personally, of taking off offers. I just have a feeling it would tank my sales, but maybe it's not true. Oh, wow. You're just finally getting the weather everybody else had 2 weeks ago? It's crazy, and we are getting 60-degree weather in January, which is when it should be like 32. Today's high was 60, tomorrow 58, 64 on Wednesday with heavy thunderstorms, something you're not supposed to see in January. And then it looks like by Friday, 30s and 40s, like normal January weather. But these last few days, it's been ridiculous. If anybody watched the horrible Dick Clark show on New Year's Eve, you could tell it was really warm New Year's Eve night, and it continues to be. Oh yeah, for one of those, yeah, let it ride, right? You felt like you did. You tested negative. Okay, thank God. Yeah, I tested 3 times, negative all 3, but I was very sick. Well, not very sick. I was sick for a few weeks. But I think without jinxing myself, I'm pretty much over this cough. Once in a blue moon, it rears its head, but it's pretty much going away. No problem. Welcome. Glad you're there. You didn't block anything. Oh, okay, cool. I saw it, me with the side camera, so that's why I'm always looking this way. I have another screen here, another desktop, and I saw it out of the corner of my eye. I saw Lori block hide. I was like, whoa, what's going on? Dawn. Cool. Yeah, that's not a bad philosophy at all. The only thing that, the bad rap that the auction thing gets is you do get a higher percentage of people not paying for some stupid reason in the auction environment. Michelle in 77 degrees. My God. That's awesome. Christmas is warm. Yeah, we went from, as everybody's seen, everybody did. Most of the country was, even Florida was like 15 degrees. My mom lives in Florida. I think she said it was like 22 degrees or something last week, which for them is like negative 40 here, But it was below zero here. Well, wind chill was a lot. Christmas Eve, I went out on Christmas Eve morning, and the temperature was 6, and the wind chill was negative 8. So it was like that for like a week or so. And now it's like 60 degrees for no reason. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's going to catch up with us, Kelly. Remember, we're only like a week into winter, folks. So I hate to tell you, we got a long way to go. It just started, so I'm not foolish enough to think, we're out of the woods on January 2nd. Nah. But I don't know why it's so warm. It is weird. The ridiculous ups and downs, to go from 6 below to 60 within the span of a week or so is just very strange. Oh, she's great, Dawn. She was on. You missed her. She was down here doing her spiel for like a half an hour. But she's doing good. Thank you. Very little, Jeff. Very little is wrong. You did a big Christmas sale. And how was your success rate with that, Lori? Yeah, Kelly was saying, and it was really a frustration move, sort of like, sick of getting lowball offers. He's like, I'm just taking them all off. And I was curious to see how he would be doing that. It's a pretty radical step. You too, Michael. Thanks so much for coming in. Happy New Year. Welcome back, Popeye. Anything groundbreaking? Every moment on this show could be considered groundbreaking. Virtually everybody that's left a thumbs up has got a sale tonight. That's one fairly bit of groundbreaking news. We were talking about, as a question for you, since you just came in, what's your list priced postcard? What's the lowest you'll list a postcard for? Or do you not have a threshold? You're just like, whatever. Mine's $4.99 so far. I haven't listed anything below $4.99. We were talking about that a little while ago. And several other people had the $4.99. Mark had like $4.65. Yeah, I don't know what that was about. It was the other way. Yeah, my wife, my mom. I'm just so used to saying my wife. Thanks, Jeff. Just makes a lot of fog. Oh, we had crazy fog. Was it yesterday? Yesterday and the day before, I think the mornings were insanely foggy. Awesome, Lori. Good sales all week. Consistent sales all week. That's a wonderful thing. Yep. Pop by with the Happy New Year. Bread and butter. Thank you, Ginger. And hopefully you will be reciprocated shortly with a sale. Let us know if that holds true. So far, we're on fire with this tonight. Just if anybody wants to look, just scroll back up. You'll see a lot. At least 10, probably more people have said, wow, I got a sale. I went in, ran sales for December, cut the offers off. Very good. That's really good to know. I think that's a bold move. That's a good thing, right? When you're making trips to the post office. If you have mass quantities of common cards, you'll list for $1.99. Single cards also around $3.99, $4.99. Okay. There you go. So that's, I mean, as a general rule, everybody's sort of within the same range for those minimums. That's good to know. Again, I feel comfortable. I'm in very good company, obviously. Lowest card list is $2. That's because of the condition. Well, that's an exception, I guess. Lower 3, lowest is about 5. Yeah, I got the $4.99, which is really 5. Jay Smith agreeing with the turning off offers. Wow, have you done that? Has anybody else done that? What Kelly did? The dramatic move to remove offers for a period of time. I think it's awesome. And to know that you didn't, you stayed steady is really good news. Yeah, I do. Mine's still free shipping, and I'm using, standard envelope. So you can't use standard envelope, at $20 or over. So that goes without saying. So that I do first class. But yeah, everything I have is standard envelope. Pied Piper, Keith. Right, Keith. Don't get me tripped up on that name again. Excuse me. Happy New Year. Welcome to the show. Great to have you aboard. Maybe I need to unlike again. Everybody's been doing that. It doesn't work. Don't unlike anything, please. You'll get a sale. Plenty of time, Lori. Plenty of time. And a couple of people had multiple sales tonight. Yeah, it doesn't work. Yep. Yeah. 57, whatever, 60 cents. Yep. Oh, Stephen, are you saying do you charge 60 cents to cover your 57 cents? Again, one of the best videos I've ever seen. One of the best videos I've ever seen. There's that miscue at the airport. Start sales at the beginning of December, the deep discounts. I started sales, Lori. I think I mentioned this a few times, but I'll say it again. Why not? We got to kill time here. I did a sale too on my print ads about 3 weeks ago now. That was initially for a week run, but it was doing well, so I renewed it, and then I renewed it, and it's due to end tonight at midnight West Coast time, which is 3 a.m. here. So I might let it ride till I'll probably be up until at least midnight. So maybe at midnight I'll do it again, because it's pretty cool with the way you get that countdown thing, the clock, urgency. Act now. You only have 5 hours to get this deal. Keith is correct. Good. I remember. Thank you, man. Great to have you again. Just a lot easier than the quadruple P. The Fitbit. That's a great line too. He comes out of this whole thing. I wear a Fitbit. It's brilliant comedy. It really is. It's absolutely brilliant. He's charging 60 cents. Cool. Progressively deeper every 4 days. Wow. Hey, Calamity Photo, how you doing? Happy New Year to you too. Great to have you on the show. Welcome aboard. In a few weeks, it'll be 1 year since you bought those airplanes. Wow, really? That's crazy. I got a great question. Here's a question from everybody to you. Would you do it again? Given all that happened on the trip itself, the debacle that was that trip, the million cards, the wreaking havoc on your homestead, probably trying to store. Would you do it again? Or would you bail next time? You think it's worth it a year in? In fact, that sounds like a great video topic. Here we are, a year into the. You probably already have that in the works, but a year in on the airplane cards. Here's what went well. Here's what I would, here's what I would change. Yeah, I can't believe it's a year again. That's right when I started this channel, like exact in January. Yeah, I can't believe it's a year already too. Usually have offers off, but somehow accidentally turned it on for the last 20 listings or so. Got a reasonable offer on one. Okay, that's cool. And you made a sale at the McDonald's drive-thru. There you go. There you go. In a heartbeat, he'd do it. Beautiful. That's a good answer. Awesome. Yeah, that definitely is a once in a lifetime. And it created one of the greatest videos in the history of YouTube. So, yeah, I know. But it is a million, give or take. Who knows if the number actually worked out to be exactly a million. Close enough. Incredible. Oh, nice. There you go. Congratulations, Michelle. See, it works, everybody. I'm telling you. Yeah, the only thing is next time. 900,000. My God. Might take a couple of weeks to do that. 900,000. Dawn with an excellent point. That's one of the beauties of postcards, especially if you have, like me, the scanner very close proximity. The majority of the motion is like from here to here. The most steps I get in is going back to one of the shelving units and putting in the cards once they've been listed. Probably about a 10-foot walk. Yeah, there's so many good things about postcards. There really are. Must be one of the reasons that they're so popular from buying and selling point of views. Aaron, repeat after me. I vow, going forward, every time Jiminy Flip it's on, I believe a thumbs up the second I walk in the door. There you go. It is written. It is done. Congratulations, Karen. That's awesome. I told you. You had to clear out a lot of postcards where you can concentrate on the airplane costs. Thankfully, yeah. Oh, yeah. Timing. Pretty much right after that too, right? Mark is a believer. I have a standing desk for last year, so. Oh, I'll tell you what. Those things are fantastic. My wife had one of those in her office a couple years ago, and yeah, they really are great. I think that's a wonderful. We have one. We have one in the basement that I could hook up conceptually. We got it from the same office because they closed with the COVID stuff and everybody worked at home. But so that was good. We were the beneficiaries of a bunch of like office supplies and stuff earlier in the year, which we sold most of. In fact, it's so funny. I sold my last monitor. Had like all the, Mark's a IT guy. I had all the monitors and everybody's desktop, all the user workstations, basic little Dell. But sold them all, and the last remnants of the whole office, I think. I might have a couple of other, I had some routers and stuff, but just sold the last monitor yesterday. So finally all that stuff is gone. It took up a lot of space. Unlike postcards, which have a very small footprint. Office supplies and stuff have a very large footprint. All right, you got it. Good. You're on board. Told you. Spent the day finally breaking down 40, 50 empty postcard boxes that were littering the basement. Oh, and John, I forgot to mention this to you. We had technically said we were going to meet up for the whatever I was getting from you. We're going on a cruise at the end of February into early March, so I will not be around for that. So maybe we could reschedule, and if you're available earlier than that, I'd still have to come down and hang out, pick those things up, take them out of your life. But I can't do, I think it was March 3rd or something we said. We're doing a cruise. My first cruise, everybody. February 26th through March 5th. I think it was. So we'll have to reschedule that. Got a $10 sale on a car list of watching the show. All I ask is 10% puddings. I'll give you the PayPal in a minute. You know what I mean? No, that's great stuff. It's guaranteed. It's guaranteed, everybody. Pass on the word, by the way. You'll do a 1-year video? Yeah, I figured that. That's cool. Can't wait to see that one. Yeah, sorry, I would have loved to go, and my wife brought it up because I was psyched. I'm like, I'll bring her, and she's like, we're gonna be on the boat. I'm like, drat. A big white one, but hold on, I'll tell you. Princess Cruises. My first one. I'm excited. I wish it was in Norway or something, like a more fun location, but it's still cool. No, we're not playing on the cruise. I wish I was. What a great point, Michelle. Everybody knows I play in the Beatle band. With all the years I've been doing the Beatle thing, there was like 4 or 5 occasions where we were asked to play on a cruise. Same thing. The biggest perk is you get a free cruise. They don't pay very well though, which stinks. Like you go on this excursion, they usually like a week or 10 days. And I think the last one that we wound up turning it down because it really didn't make any sense to be gone from family and everybody for 10 days to make nothing, I think it was only like in the span of a 10-day cruise, we were playing like 4 shows, which means, 60% of the trip, we wouldn't be playing at all. And I know there's a lot of people that probably say, oh, that'd be awesome. You could just hang out, totally free, which was true. The cruise was free. The flight was free. You got paid something. You ate for free and all that. But it's a shame. It just didn't pay enough. And it was only 4 shows. If we were playing 8 shows or 10 shows, like if we were doing a show every night and making good money, I would love to do something like that. But it is strange because those cruise gigs come up once in a while, but they're notoriously low-paying shows. They hope that bands are going to be enamored by the fact that they're getting a free cruise. But we're not dopes. You have enough Popeye buys to last your months, hoping it doesn't last that long to get through. And remember, everybody, tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, Whatnot, Popeyes auction. I put a link earlier in the show for it. You don't need promoted listings, just your voice and positive energy. There you go. Thank you. No, Princess Cruise Line, Kelly. Big Disney people. I always thought if we went on a cruise, we'd do a Disney cruise. Literally double the price of this one that we booked. Double the price. So I'll try with this one. I mean, if I like it, maybe we'll consider doing other ones in the future. I would like to cruise in more exotic areas. Like I'm not against, we're going like the Caribbean thing, like everybody does. I mean, it's okay. I'm not a huge beach goer necessarily. So to me, and I went to Hawaii and maybe I was jaded in Hawaii. Hawaii was so beautiful that when you go to some other ones, it's like, okay, that was okay. But for me, this trip, and for my wife, we both said the trip is the ship, like being on the boat and basically eating. That's what a cruise is, and drinking. That's a cruise. So the ports are almost irrelevant for me anyway, so we'll have fun. I can't wait. And especially at that time of year, that's a month and almost a little less than 2 months away when we go. It'll be really nice just to get out of the cold. But by that point, we'll be, full blown cabin fever. Everybody's going to be sick of winter and all. So it'll be kind of cool to just be in a tropical place, nice and warm. Still have 30 boxes of days cost to buy. Cruises are a lot of fun. Never been on Princess, but have been a Royal Caribbean Carnival. And cool. Very cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. No more cards. Kelly's got the white flag. Yeah, you got to become a member of the Tub Club. Yeah, they're notoriously low-paying gigs, man. Don't know why. It's a shame. You were half hoping you accidentally booked a Disney Princess cruise that thought you was... Don't think those things, man. That's... But yeah, it should be cool. We'll have a full report coming in early March when the video comes out. See if I can schmooze. Maybe there'll be some postcard people on the boat. I've heard like you sit often anyway. You sit on these dining halls and stuff. I think you can make reservations. We prepaid like I don't know. One of the packages we got was like we get drinks and all that stuff. I guess everybody gets drinks to an extent, but we prepaid everything. We got some platinum thing. One of my wife's girlfriends is the one that kind of sucked us into doing this because she's a world traveler. Like that's all they do. Her and her husband are huge travelers, and they know everything there is to know about the cruise. They're really, really savvy when it comes to traveling, which is good. And they want to travel with us. So we're like, yeah, sure. So it was like, we're going to go. This was on Labor Day weekend. We visited them. They're out in Long Island. and we're in the pool, and she turns to my wife. She goes, "We're going on a cruise, by the way." I was like, "What? Yeah, we're going on a cruise. I'll give you the details later. Save up some money. We're going on a cruise." I'm like, okay. So I'm kind of psyched. It should be fun. We're going on a cruise. And I said, "Oh yeah, what kind?" Like everybody asked me, "What kind of cruise or what ship or whatever?" You know, not knowing much about cruises, other than the fact, one of the I'll tell you, the only time we were tempted to do a banned cruise thing was the Mediterranean. It was a Mediterranean cruise. I mean, come on, how great is that? But
I got pizza.
oh, hold on, what?
I got pizza.
Okay.
Right, they're extra large was $12.99. Okay.
It's like a pan pizza, right?
That was $12.99.
Oh my God.
Look at people. That's as big
First of all, it smells repulsive.
as my head. $12.99.
Who got ripped off to start the new year?
That is a small box.
Munch. Enjoy, honey.
You know what? I'm gonna.
Oh.
I didn't put enough pineapple on here. Those cheapos.
Pineapple on pizza? You went on a cruise with your mom and brother years back. You didn't realize of the 2,000 on board, it was 15,000 kids. Oh, yeah? 1,500 kids, excuse me. Yeah, I would imagine so, man. I'm looking forward to it. It should be a lot of fun. Again, my thought going in is that basically it's just going to be a week of eating on a cruise ship, 24-hour a day, smorgasbord, food available. Maybe go see some kind of stupid show. That's pretty much it, When I was going to say land, when we dock in whatever island, we get off for a couple hours, walk around and go, oh, the beach, that's really nice. And get back on the boat and eat and drink again. Oh my God, it's a shrinky dink pizza, man. That's just so wrong. I don't know what that was about. $12.99. Oh, Dawn. On a cruise we did, doctor gave us those pads for seasick. Oh, yes, it's just the, behind your ear. Okay. Yeah, they sell some kind of bracelet, I was told. And I know everybody basically loads up on Dramamine. Yeah, that's a joke, Marie. I agree. Welcome to Pennsylvania. Welcome to my world. I'm in Pennsylvania. Sgraciad. Hill you're willing to die on? Yeah, that's sort of taboo in a real Italian life, pineapple on pizza. But whatever rocks your boat, pun intended. But just back to, I was going to tell Jack, Caribbean cruise, not Caribbean, excuse me, Mediterranean cruise we were offered. Isle of Crete. I remember it was one of the things in Greece, and Turkey. Like it was crazy. It would have been really nice just to see these places free, quote unquote free. It's a free, I forgot where they were flying us to. But that one was like a month. We were going to be gone a month. And again, I was already married and everything. I'm like, this is no, so it wasn't just me, the whole band, it was a decision and everybody agreed, like, no way. The money was just like, if you took away out of the equation, the fact that you're going to be flying to Europe and being in a Mediterranean, all expenses paid Mediterranean cruise, not that they put you up in like elaborate staterooms, by the way, you basically put in steerage when you're in the band too, but that's neither here nor there. If you took away those things and just broke it down to a quantity of shows in that period and what we're getting per show, no, it was like a ripoff actually. So unfortunately, that's one I kind of regret in hindsight, just for the experience of going to Europe and seeing all those cool places that I might not ever see. So we'll see. The pizzas are a joke, Marie. Hey, Purple Sucker, how you doing? Yeah, I don't know why, but I'm still here. I'm hanging out. It's 8:30. Got on a little early tonight. Went on at 6. Yeah, I like that ratio. You see that, Kelly? Thank you very much. I appreciate it, everybody. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. All right, go enjoy, Mark. Thanks so much for coming in. 2.5. Oh, Popeye, yeah, he knows a couple things about ships. 2.5 years on the ship, probably a total of 9 to 10 months of actual sailing time. Never got seasick. Yeah, I don't know what to expect about seasickness. I don't have, this is going to be a joke of a comparison, but there's a fairly famous mode of transportation in New York called the Staten Island Ferry. It's a ferry, which at the time was free, from Staten Island to Manhattan, Lower Manhattan, which is, I think, 4.5 or 5 miles. It was the way we got to work when you lived on Staten Island. If you worked in Manhattan, you took the ferry So I took the ferry for 20 years, back more than that, but back and forth every day, 5 miles. And it's fairly big. You got cars in there. It's nowhere near the size of a cruise ship, obviously, but it was a boat that I was on a daily basis, and I never had the slightest bit of seasickness. Now, I say that, and then my wife did go on a cruise once when she was young, and she said that literally she stepped foot on the boat. It was still in the dock, and she turned green, and she was throwing up, like she just got violently ill, and then because she didn't take any precautions going in. So I'm a little worried about that if somebody could get sick by just stepping on the boat when it's still sitting it's not even running, I'm a little nervous about that. I'm not going to be cocky and say, I took the ferry, like a joke, but I have some experience of being on a boat, and I've never had a negative, result from being on the boat. So we'll see what happens. I'll be honest. I might turn green right away too. Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, thank you. Again, thanks to everybody. Kelly pointing out, phenomenal ratio there. It was built in the 40s, wasn't designed for the modern heavy jets and all the gear, so they welded huge blisters along the keel to raise it 2 feet in the air. Wow. Made it top heavy. Oh my God. Yeah, you wouldn't be alone, Kelly. See, I've heard some people say that it's so big, I guess, that you barely feel it. Other than, God forbid, you're in really violent weather. I'm sure that would be pretty bad. But I don't know what to expect. I'm going to certainly hope I don't get sick. I'll have Dramamine, I guess, or whatever, pill, maybe at the ready. Excuse me. I don't know if you're supposed to take it. You're probably supposed to take it a couple hours before you get on or whatever, but we'll read up on it. As we get closer, I'll learn a lot more about it. It was a little off. October 8th, 88, during a typhoon in the Philippines. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Puddings, congratulations. Don't get sick from GoPro. Yeah, it's quite possible. Like I said, I don't know what to expect. I'm not going to go in there cocky, that's for sure. I'm just going to see what happens. I see. I don't know what to do. Should I'm going to lean towards not taking anything and just trying for a minute, a couple of minutes anyway. And if I'm fine, why take, Dramamine or whatever if I don't need it? But I'm sure I'll find out in short order whether or not I need something, if my wife is any indicator, she's always taught. And it's funny, the girl that we're going with, the couple that we're going with, I think she went with her the first cruise like 20 something years ago. So my wife will definitely be taking preemptive measures to avoid that repeating on the 20th anniversary or whatever it is. It should be fun. I can't wait. And if I do, of course, if we like it, but I mean, if I can handle it physically and I don't get sick or whatever, then it might be something we'd be interested in doing in, like I said, places that I would fancy more like than just the Caribbean. Like I would love to, my God, if we could do a Mediterranean cruise, I would love to do the Alaskan cruise. Goes up the West Coast and all that stuff. Norway, I'd love to do a cruise in Norway. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Or I might step on the boat and say I'm never getting on a boat as long as I live. I don't know what to expect. Going in there with no expectations. I know I'm going to eat well and drink. And it's going to be warm. So that's what I know. And our room should be comfy. On a cruise, you were fine till the last day. Yeah, that's what I was saying. The rough waters, the violent weather, that could probably change people dramatically. You might have been fine the whole ride. If you're driving in the car, you're fine. Being a passenger on a car. Oh, really? You get the motion sickness, huh? Yeah, that's right. My favorite foods. Yep. There you go. That's the elixir of safety. You've been on several ocean cruises. Only had a problem once in the Baltic, but 3/4 of the crew were sick in one day. They served green apples for dinner. Oh, my God. Don't eat the green apples. Sorry to hear that. So it was food poisoning. It wasn't ocean related. Doing spirals in a Cessna aerobat is fun. Yeah, you might, if you could do that, you're probably laughing at a boat, I would think. Jack says he's driving us so bad he makes himself sit. That's funny. Just got another offer. You know, it's not cool. They didn't accept my. Well, they didn't answer my one from before. But they answered. They didn't pay for my one from before. I took the $10 on the print ad. No payment. Not cool. Okay. Green apples are supposed to help with seasickness? Oh, yeah? Is that true, John? John's a Navy guy. The other question I have for anybody who's got their sea legs and all, but like, is there any correlation between, let's say that it's not the case, but let's just say I got motion sickness on a roller coaster or whatever. Does that translate to seasickness? Like if you're prone to motion sickness on other things, will it automatically kick into seasickness? Or can they be, individual sicknesses based on what you're on? Like if somebody is seasick, can they get on a roller coaster and be fine? Or is it just like the motion in general kills everybody? Your wife wants to do an Alaska cruise. I would love to do an Alaskan cruise. You going to Graceland? Cool. It's about as opposite a cruise as one could possibly do, but that sounds really cool. Congratulations. One thing you know, the green apple splatters. Kelly took a flight from Athens to Paris and you blew an engine. Oh my God. Had to circle for 3 hours to burn off the fuel. I can guarantee you a lot of people were feeling woozy. Yeah. Were people like crying and screaming on the plane? That's a nightmare, man. Thank God everything worked out okay. Yeah, if you have a full, that's a nightmare. If you have a full, I was going to say tank, whatever the equivalent is. If your plane is loaded with fuel, yep, they got to burn it off. I love flying. If anybody wants to put in their comments below, I hate flying. I love flying. I love flying. I love traveling. I really do. So I have high hopes for the cruise because I love everything else I've done. Like I have no problem flying. I love it. My wife's not a big flyer. She tolerates it. It's like a necessity, necessary evil. I love flying. I get a real kick out of the whole thing. I watch, everybody watches YouTube, I'm sure, if we're here on YouTube. And one of my favorite things to watch is like trip reports, things like that of different people that fly. There's people that just do reports on the planes themselves. And they're like, there's videos of people that do plane watching. Like they watch the different types of planes in specific airports, taking off and landing. And it's amazing how many things like that exist that I never would have known of before YouTube. Things like that, plane spotting. Or I didn't even know that was a thing, but apparently it's a big thing. But I really enjoy watching those videos about travel logs and stuff. Love it. And I love learning about and they talk about the features on the plane and, and they do like rankings on the Delta blah, blah, blah flight. The table reclines 17 degrees and, they rate the food that they receive. They rate the service. It's really cool. And it's kind of an unbiased thing. It's just people flying the world. Really cool. Michelle loves flying. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I love flying too. I really do. I love it. I would love to have, I don't know at this age, I guess you could do anything you want at any age, right? It's not like I'm 100, but in theory, I would love to fly. I would love to learn to fly. I think I would really enjoy that, but I don't know. You like flying in small planes? Yeah, I've been on like the Clipper kind of things that they have. Where the heck did we go? We went on a Clipper from, when I went to Hawaii, you could jump, like, you don't get on a jet to go from Oahu to the Big Island. You go on these little Clippers, the propellers. I went on one of those. I went on a really small plane from Minneapolis to Chicago, I think it was. Really small. One row of seats. It was just like a row of the window and a row of the window, and that was it. Tiny little propeller plane again. That was a kind of harrowing flight, I remember. But it's not that very long. It wasn't like a long flight, but that was a scary flight. It was at nighttime. Got to do a lot of traveling with the band, which I miss. We haven't traveled like on plane in a while with the whole COVID nonsense, unfortunately. Doing nothing like doing spirals over the Mediterranean Sea. We had to close the shades. Oh, yeah, the horizon coming at you. Keith likes flying as long as everything on time. Yeah, well, sure. Used to sell airfield lighting. Oh, wow. Airfield lighting. What an interesting field to be in. Really? Flown back and forth to Minnesota over the years multiple times. After a few, it's like riding a bike. Yeah, totally. That's really cool. I would love to get into it. Yeah, absolutely. The bigger the plane, the less. Very true. Like, again, the Hawaiian flight, the long haul flights, those planes are beasts, and they're very smooth. Typically, they're very smooth. You've only traveled by plane twice. Wow. Yeah, that I remember the very first flight with my sister and I. My sister's a couple years younger than me, and we went on a flight to, of course, Eastern Airlines to Florida. And she was crying and stuff. She wasn't afraid of flying. She was young. She was like 10. And we were on a flight to Florida. And just, how like your ears can pop when you take off and land, the pressure changes. She was crying because her ears were popped and they wouldn't unpop. I'm like screaming on the plane, scaring the life. Hey, Carl, how you doing? Scaring the life out of everybody. Welcome. Happy New Year, man. Great to have you. Thanks for coming in. Oh, yeah, I know. They're huge. Yeah, I went. The Hawaiian flight was a double decker. They had a spiral staircase in the middle. Yeah, that's really cool. Puddle jumpers. Yeah, the islands. You once got catapulted off the ship in a cargo transport plane. One engine went out. Had to catch the wire at the Philippines Air Base. Oh, my God. You must have tons of stories. How long did you serve, John? Did you see the whole world pretty much? I didn't get much of thrill flying across the ocean. A lot more flying single engine planes. Grandfather was a private pilot. Had a little force airplane was teaching me. Oh, that's awesome, Keith. Yeah, like I said, Popeye's got to have some stories. Holy cow. People Express, sure. Who said People Express? Purple Soccer, yep. You worked in reservations? Cool. Maybe we made a reservation with you. This was like 78, I think. 77, 78 was my first flight going to Florida. Who would ever think Eastern Airlines would go out of business, man? I know John's a Disney guy like me. The Eastern Airlines was the airline to Disney. They had a ride in Magic Kingdom, Eastern Airlines. I can't believe they're out of business. They were the airline. Then and Pan Am, like the two biggest in the planet, and they're both gone. It's crazy. 3 years, 2.5 years on the ship. Home port in Yokosuka, Japan. On your cruise is really cool, man. You ever think about doing a video about some of the experiences? That would really be entertaining. I know it's not postcard related, but just talking about some of your experiences. I'd love to watch something like that. You're training from a Vietnam helicopter pilot. That's awesome. Absolutely, man. Just warming up. Yeah. I got nothing to do tonight. Well, other than listing these 75 New York postcards. I got to list those tonight before I go to bed. But I'm going to be up for a while. I have a lot of stuff to do. Like, we still have to unpack some stuff. And my wife was starving, so she ordered herself a little $12 personal pan pizza, which I will never order from them again. Lots of stories. Get out. That's one of my dream locations is Sydney. Was it a nice place? Do you remember? Yeah, I know. He's peeking our interest. I'm telling you, man, whether you want to do it on this YouTube or create it, I think it would be really interesting. Tell some stories, and maybe if you have like some pictures and stuff I'd love to see it. I love traveling, so I would eat that stuff up. Just seeing all these great places. Sydney is like one of my top places I want to visit before I die. So if I go after I die, I'm not going to enjoy it much. First time flying, I remember said to the guy, "Run and get a part for the plane." Oh my god! Yeah, that'll teach you right away. Loved Australia. Really? Yeah, I would love to go there. That's great that you had that. Were you like a young guy, like 20, like early 20s or something? Or did you go later? One of my absolute dream locations. Airfield lighting was a fun industry, but your boss and I didn't get along. Okay. There you go. Cool. Pays the bills, right? You enjoy doing it? I have never heard, it's so funny. There's probably tons of careers like that people never think about, right? Like somebody's got to sell the lighting for the runways, and that's so cool. What a unique field to be in. Oh yeah, I'm sure he did. You joined the day after turn 17. Oh wow. Wow. Oh, so 17 to 20, give or take. Yeah, they probably are. Especially for us non-Australians, they might seem kind of odd. That's good. Oh, that's hysterical. What happens in Manila stays in Manila. Jack literally everything Australia wants to kill you. That's probably true. Have you been to Australia, Dawn? You've flown twice. If one of them was to Australia, that makes up for a whole bunch of other flights. It's still like 18 hours to Australia, I think, pretty much from the US, from the East Coast of the US anyway. One of the longer flights you could possibly do from our country is go to Australia. It's about as far as you could possibly go. Believe it or not, I mean, I know it's similar, but don't tell the people that live there. New Zealand looks majestic. Like if anybody's ever seen footage of New Zealand, what a beautiful, beautiful country that looks like. I would love to see it. I don't really know much about the culture. I know that the proximity to Australia, very close, similar accents. Stephen, have you ever seen, when in doubt, talk about YouTube videos, right? There's a video of a kangaroo like punching somebody. Some guy punches a kangaroo. Yeah. Hey, Tracy. Yeah, I'm still here. You took photos for 20 listings. Beautiful. Any more sales? You went to Disney and the UK. Cool. That's your 2 flights? Your flight to Australia was 21 hours, had a stopover in Hawaii. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, Hawaii is my longest flight, which was like 12 hours maybe from New York, 12, 13, something like that. Does that sound right, Michelle? I think it was like 12 or 13 hours. And it was, the first 5, I guess, to get to the coast is about 5 hours from New York we were over San Francisco. And I remember the pilot coming on and saying, whatever, they say like, look to the right of the plane, look to the left of the plane. He says like, oh, this is your captain. If you look to the right side, you could see the coast of California, whatever. So everybody looks. And he's like, get a good look, folks, because it's the last view of land you're going to get for the next 6 hours or something. I'm like, oh my God. And then it's true enough. It's just a very boring flight from the West Coast until you get near Hawaii, because it's nothing but water for like 5-6 hours. That's a good time to get some shut-eye if you're one of those people. I had never slept on a plane in my life, and I've flown a lot. I just can't sleep on a plane. I'm excited by them. I really enjoy plane trips. No more sales? Oh, sorry. But you got one, right? Didn't you get one early on? Your brother lives in Tasmania. Oh, my God. Really? On Antarctica? Wow. Talk about exotic location. Your daughter's been to Australia, New Zealand, Egypt, and some other places I can't remember at the moment. Wow, that's really cool. Did she speak highly of all those locations? Egypt isn't big on I wouldn't mind seeing the pyramids, of course, but it doesn't look like a very, I don't know, exciting place to visit otherwise, for me anyway. You think it's shorter? Well, Hawaii. Yeah, I went in 92. It's not, it's long enough, I guess. It's not, I was going to say it's not really that long ago, but I guess it is now. That was a trip. That was a great trip. I was working in Dean Witter, if anybody knows, a brokerage firm in the World Trade Center, and a place in New York called Liberty Travel, which is just a travel agency. One of the guys we worked with in the group, we went with like 12 people at work, got a deal because his mother was like a big travel agent in Liberty Travel. This is in 92, right? We paid, I think it was like $900. It was everything. It was round trip air to Hawaii from New York. We stopped in, of all places, Chicago, which is like an hour and a half from, it's a very fast flight from New York to Chicago. And then from Chicago to Honolulu was nonstop. It took like 10 or 11 hours, whatever. But $900, like all inclusive. It was the hotel for like 10 days, the round trip flight. You never get that again. So I'm really glad I did it then. It was fun. It was just a bunch of people at work. We all went together. It was a beautiful, beautiful place. Oh, really, Tracy? A Hall & Oates Pontiac Fiero snapback hat. Wow. That's awesome. Ooh, the jungles in Central America. Yeah, I'm sure. There are lots. There's a lot of places on this planet, a lot of really fun, interesting places. I'd love to see. My wife and I I'm 9 years older than her, so we always joke about like, while I'm young enough and all this, but it really, as each day goes by, it gets true. I mean, you look at people, while you're still healthy and able to walk and all that stuff. I really hope we get to do it. We've been talking a big game, but like everything else, it's finding the time to do these things. But when you have no time left, you're going to regret not doing. I would anyway. I'd regret not doing these. So I really hope we get to do a lot more traveling together in the coming, whatever time we have left, but definitely in the coming years. I'd love to get to Norway. I know it sounds silly. I'm dying to go, definitely Australia. I'd love to go to Australia, Norway, the bulk of Europe. I can't wait. I want to do the Alaskan cruise. I want to do all these things. And we will. We will. We will. A full report. Yeah, absolutely. We'll probably have a video or 10 on the cruise. Now, I'm not just going to do like, here I am on a boat. Who cares? But I'll definitely, get some stock footage of some pretty sights or something. But it'll be parlayed into a reselling related video. Got to go and pack up those vintage glasses. There you go. Happy New Year. Thank you, Karen. Congrats on the sale. Yeah, we will. It's 8:53. We'll probably wrap it up around 9. 3 hours is a solid number, I would say. But it's been great talking with everybody tonight. A lot of fun. Even when we get off topic, it's always a good topic, right? It's always a fun topic. Travel. I'll talk travel. We could make a travel channel. I would love to talk travel. I'd love to, Popeye, do some videos, man. I'd love to hear some of your stories about the travels. The ones that are, that you're able to tell in a public forum. It'll be a lot of fun. Australia. I'm very jealous of that right out of the gate. Another little tease. I told everybody I was doing when the pandemic stuff started and we lost the Beatle band. We lost a bunch of shows. They were just collapsing like dominoes. It was awful, right? And we were shocked. Like, what? Canceled? What? Well, anyway, we were trying to think of things to do in lieu of doing the live shows. What could we do? So we came up with a chat show. Excuse me. And that's when I started with the StreamYard stuff. And I ran this chat show, and it was the 4 of us, and we would have guests on once in a while and everything. But one of the guys that we became friendly with is a guy from Australia in Melbourne, Australia. And he was on our show like 4 or 5 times, and we kept talking. And, we had high hopes. He was like, yeah, I could get you guys and this and this and this in Australia. And unfortunately, none of it ever worked out. But I had a glimmer of hope about 2 years ago now, I guess, that maybe we would get on a nice Australian tour. The actual Beatlemania, I'm in Beatlemania, which is like a traveling cast of what the Broadway show was. Well, the actual Broadway show, when was this? Not that long, like maybe 01 or 02. They did an Australian tour. I wish I could have been part of that. And then one of the guys that was on that tour played with us that summer. And all he did was talk about, he was there for like 2 months in Australia, did a ton of shows. So jealous. And at the time, hey, maybe I'll get there one day. So we'll see what life has in store, but I'd love to get down there. I'd love to do shows, of course, but shorter shows. I just love to go and visit. It's a place I've always wanted to go to since I was a kid. That's a good idea. There you go. Tales, ship tales, sea shanties. I don't know. What we could call it. We could come up with a cool title for that channel. That's kind of funny. Speaking of Beatle thing, somebody just sent me a message about it, about a show. It's not in Australia though. Inquiry about doing a show. That's good. It's always good to get inquiries. Inquiries often lead to shows. It's been a lot of fun, everybody. Thanks for coming in. Thanks so much for all the thumbs up. Very, very happy New Year to all of you. Hope we're doing well. And we'll be back on Friday night. We'll do some listing. I would like to do some print ads on Friday, but we could definitely do some postcards as well. I'll definitely have some more. I don't have that many left. I still have like maybe half of one bin left from the York thing to list. But I got the rest up. And hopefully we'll finish tonight. It's over 50. We'll get those up tonight, which should get me to like 160 something cards today listed. Hold on. We got another sale. You're thinking everyone has been on tonight. Yeah, I know, I really appreciate. Thank you, everybody. Calamity Photo just sold a snapshot. Remember, tell them Jiminy sent you. Thanks. You too, man. Take it easy, Cameron. Good night, everybody. Enjoy the show. So did I. Thank you very much for coming on, Ginger. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, we will. Definitely, everybody, seriously, check out Popeye tomorrow night. 8 o'clock, right? 8 o'clock start. I'll definitely be there tomorrow. Already got approval. Wink, wink, nod, nod from Miss Flippett. She says we need some more cards. When Mrs. Flippett says we need some more cards, it's time to hit a Popeye auction. So everybody have a great night, and check out Popeye tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, and I'll see you back here on Friday night listing show, 6 p.m. on Friday. Have a wonderful night, everybody. Take care.